What am I doing? Where's the button? Ah, it's been so long.
Not that button.
What? That's the shiny button. I know which button to press.
Eventually.
Hello, Marvel Guy. How's it going?
Are we live?
We should be live. Here's your little talkie device thingy.
Thank you. It is still covered in sand.
Well, you've been places.
I have been, and my purse is full of sand. So the sand is getting everywhere.
And it's itchy and irritating, or what is it? It's irritating. I actually can't remember the line right now. Hello, good morning to all of my fine Patreon members. Thank you very much for tuning in, and welcome to the Sunday Odin Makes live stream. My name is Odin.
Hi, I'm Felicia.
And we're gonna talk a while and maybe get a couple of things glued on a Proton Pack.
This is the longest we've ever dragged out a project.
Oh, by far.
Because we always have deadlines. This one's the one we don't, so we haven't,
Yeah.
dead or lined.
Dead or lined. We do have... Progress has been made while you weren't here a little bit, and we can do more progress today because I got some other things taken care of behind the scenes in order to move forward.
Nice.
Yeah. Hi. We rearranged the schedule a little bit to accommodate a couple of cons that came up for me, right? Because I think it was Lodi Con came up, so we kind of shuffled where the 2 weeks was falling. And that, of course, put us in a position where you weren't available for a couple of weeks. Did you do anything fun that you wanted to share? You're talking about sand in your purse. Maybe not. I mean, maybe that's just left over from hiding the body.
No, that's not too bad. Actually, I spent a day in Muir Woods, so I was on the Forest Moons of Endor.
Right. I'm seeing pictures of that on Discord.
That was lovely. And then also after we left the little information center that they had, we went to Stinson Beach. Okay. And it was super windy. We had roadside pizza.
Roadside, okay.
Roadside pizza. There was a guy with a truck that had a pizza oven, mud pizza oven inside the back of his truck.
Oh.
And he made pizzas on the side of the road, $20 cash.
Okay.
Really good pizza.
Okay.
Ate that on the beach. It was quite delicious.
Okay.
And luckily sand didn't get in everything, which was always a bonus.
Yeah.
And spent the rest of the day on the beach, which was lovely. And then I did some other stuff. I spent a lot of time in nature as much as I could this last few weeks.
Good.
I've been outside.
Good.
Went to the American River. They changed the name of the park from some...
Oh, right.
Yeah, because that guy was like a not nice
guy. That
guy.
guy was not a nice guy. Did they change it back to...
I think it's like Riverbend. It's something so generic that I don't know what park you're talking about when you say it, because it's just a generic park.
Right. Well, it's not like... The guy's name wasn't exactly spelled at all the way.
You wouldn't even expect it to be said.
Not by us Americans anyway. No.
Yes, it's a child who could not spell, and you're trying to tell me that's how you pronounce that?
Yeah, no. And then you get older and you look at the name and it's like, nah, that looks like something else highly inappropriate on the internet. Turns out the guy was highly inappropriate anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Not too far. Nature's close by everywhere you go in this area, which is nice.
Oh,
so
that's
I've
good.
been exploring that, and
I'm glad you're taking advantage of the springtime in California, where the weather outside isn't trying to kill you.
Oh yeah, it's not like in the hundreds, and it's not in the freezings. It's been quite lovely to be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably we'll be floating today for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's my plans. We'll see if that actually happens, but
that's an awesome plan.
That's the plans.
That's an awesome plan.
Yeah.
So I told everybody how much fun we had with Lodi Con, Sorry, we weren't quite there for that. By the way, Stockton Con's coming up in July. I have a month off, I think, from cons. Nothing's happening in June. But I believe it's July 12th or that weekend, so maybe it's 13th, 14th. Because I think 12th is just when Superman's coming out.
I could check a calendar.
Okay. But that's going to be Stockton Con at what was called the Stockton Arena. That has a new name that's a little harder to say. The Adventist Health Arena. It just rolls off the tongue.
Okay. Same place we were at last time?
Yeah, it's still the Stockton Arena.
I wonder if it's still a little sparkly.
Possible. So if you're interested in that, you are, of course, welcome.
Thank you.
And then I think after July... Yeah, in August. So the first weekend in August, like the 2nd, I think. It's a hot August nights style con down just south of Pittsburgh in California. So this is going to be on the Delta in a little community I've never been to before. I can't remember the name right now, but it's not Battencourt, but it's close to that. But it's just anyway, just past Rio Vista. Hot August night because it's going to be outside on the Delta, so it should be good and windy and a decent temperature.
With all the cars coming out?
Oh, I don't know if the cars are coming out or not. So I think of hot August because of the temperature. I guess there is an actual connotation with classic cars. So I shouldn't say that.
That happens as a thing
That
in
happens
the area.
as a thing in the area, and I
and
forget.
there's a lot of people who participate in those
Yes.
kind of shows, which are always fun.
So I'm sorry, I forgot about that. No, I'm not aware of there being any cars, but it's a brand new con. It's an outdoor con, so bring shade structure type thing. So I've already talked to Treg the Viking about that. And it runs from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, so it is an evening con.
It's an evening con. It's still kind of normal. I mean,
Weekday
Lodi
or
Con
weekend?
Saturday.
Okay.
So Lodi Con was still only 6 hours because it was 11 to 5. But this is,
Yeah.
So we're gonna miss the hot part of the day. It's like, okay, we're setting
I
up
feel
with
like
the hot part of the
3
day,
o'clock
but
is the hottest part
Pretty
of the day.
much,
3
but-
to 5 is the hottest.
but it's gonna just.
But you're
gonna
in
be
the
on Delta.
downhill.
We're gonna be in view of the water.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna be okay. So yeah, we'll have the
shouldn't-
Delta breeze. Will be a-okay.
Yeah, if anything, we're gonna have to spike the shade structure down.
Bring
That's-
sunscreen.
Yeah, that should be fun. So kind of looking forward to that.
What's their
NovaCon.
theme for the con?
That's a fantastic question. I don't know if they've got a theme specifically. That is a fantastic question. I don't know.
Well, gotta know what you gotta wear.
Right?
Although this is the default.
Yeah, there you go. And of course, I like that she's wearing that shirt because I'm wearing the tester shirt while we were trying to figure out how to make the silkscreen work. Hey, look, that one worked. This is the first try because it's in the right spot. So I think all these were acrylic inks because wanted to go with something easy and easy to clean, and that just wasn't working. Because the amount of time it took for these to dry so we could do the next one, the screen was in danger of drying out because you don't want the ink or the...
Things you don't know till you know.
Exactly.
And then you're like, where's that YouTube video that goes through these problems?
Watched a lot of YouTube videos. Shot Gremlin looked through a lot of YouTube videos, and then once they had curated a few important ones, then I sat down and watched them with them. But anyway, then finally went with the plastic version one, Plastisol ink, and...
just
so-
getting things to be the color you need to be them is half the battle.
yeah.
That's in my head, I'm like, how do I put a skeleton on a jersey?
Right.
These are real problems.
Right. Well, thankfully, what you want to do needs to look good for a shoot.
Yeah, but it
So-
also needs to not be on my brain of it's just done.
Yeah,
it's
fair
done
enough.
right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I've made things just work,
Yeah.
and I could use tape. Gaff tape's my favorite.
We could cut a stencil out of foam with a laser, and you could sponge paint it.
Exactly. A million ways to do anything wrong.
Right.
But it's like, okay, what's the way that I need to do it to get the results that I need to do in this amount of time with this amount of things and this budget?
And I think your idea, this is something we talked about beforehand, just before the show started.
I have weird problems.
Just vinyl cutting it with iron-on vinyl is probably exactly the right answer. But yeah, so multiple things having to go through, and you can kind of see it here a little bit. It's 3 colors, so that silk screen is 3 screens. So you got a white flash, so you can see the yellow,
Yeah.
and then you got black that goes on top of it. Because black on black is the best color combination. But anyway,
It's clean.
it's clean. Yeah,
Right?
Very happy with it.
But can they get Odin Makes shirts on your...
Not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah, not yet. Toyed to the idea, but if they do go up, yeah, not yet.
Not screen printed ones from your...
No, if they do go up, that's exactly what they would be. It would be shirts that I would be screen printing personally, because it's the only way I'm going to be able to do it at this point. But
Handcrafted. Odin made Odin Makes shirts.
pretty much.
Coming to you.
Eventually.
Oh, look, Steve D told us Sound of Vision's okay. Good, thank you.
Well, it would be awkward if it wasn't at this point.
Right. I had that thought. I actually double checked that the bars were moving at one point. Oh, Marvel Guy's chiming in. This is great. Speaking of cons, he's actually going to go to the Days of the Dead con in Indianapolis, which. Yeah, Indianapolis. Okay, that's Indiana. That's not necessarily George Romero's hometown. But the idea that it's Days of the Dead, and then he starts listing off a ton of people from Terminator 2. But
should be fun.
Should be fun. Hopefully.
I love Day of the Dead makeup. That's like one of my more favorite ones.
Yes. Hopefully you'll get to actually meet Michael Biehn this time, because I know he had to cancel last time.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the last time when Marvel Guy was trying to go see Michael Biehn, he had to cancel at the last minute for whatever reason. It happens.
Right?
Yeah.
People have lives.
Yeah.
Get con crud. Stay home. You're sick. Stay home.
Right.
Sorry you have a ticket. Give it to someone you actually like.
Right.
Yeah, but who knows? I say I'm going to go to a con, and then I wake up sick and go, absolutely not.
Yep. So yeah, the NovaCon, and then of course it's SAC Anime, which is going to be at the Convention Center downtown. As always, that's Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever weekend that lands on. For those of you who aren't in the U.S., that's the first weekend in September. That the first Monday of September is always a holiday. It's observed as Labor Day.
I should have brought my calendar. I was like, I had it in my hands. I know I have a digital one, but I don't like this thing. If it's not in my tangible planner, it doesn't actually.
One of the things we talked about on the Odin Makes website is actually putting in a freaking tour list. Hey, this is where Odin's going to be.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah. But anyway, Labor Day is just a holiday that the Americans take the day off to celebrate the fact that we have jobs. There's actually something more fundamental to it than that, but that's basically all it is.
Yep.
And then two cool things happened, one of which I'm going to miss, and the other one I got invited to, which is really kind of cool. So, also in September is Crocker Con.
Oh, I love Crocker Con.
I love Crocker Con too.
I love the Crocker Art Museum in general. I love that place.
Oh, and they're talking about doing a Renaissance Fair style event at some point. The Crocker Con's not going to be a Renaissance Fair, but they've been talking about it. And so I mentioned it to a couple of friends yesterday I know who are part of both Dickens Fair and Renaissance Fairs, and they said, "Oh yeah, I've heard those rumors." So it's like, "Oh good, I'm glad this isn't super hush hush."
We have some good Ren fairs around this area.
Yes, we do.
We really, really do. We lost a diamond when we lost Decades, but there's still other costume shops like Broadway Costumes. They're a really excellent resource for Renaissance Fair if you want to show up. Peasants have more fun. Royalty they treat you like royalty, so like there isn't a wrong answer, but peasants have more fun.
As an attendant or even as an extra isn't the right word. Yeah, peasants have more fun because rules are kind of off. You have to say in character, right? But whatever, you're rolling around in mud. Royalty can't roll around in mud, and they have to be proper the whole time. And the costumes are much hotter. So yeah,
and if you're socially awkward and you don't want to talk to a lot of people, be a royalty.
Yeah,
they'll just be bow and then walk on their way because they're not allowed to talk to you socially. So if you are socially awkward, go ahead, be all royal. You think you're going above and beyond, and it's awkward to walk around in a gown? Nah. You get left alone and you get treated like a queen. But if you want to have more fun, you dress as a peasant, and you definitely can just, or a fairy.
Yeah, or fairy.
Or a swamp toad. I don't care. Have fun.
Right. Or if you really want to annoy all the people working at the Ren Fair, show up as a Star Trek landing party and just walk around saying, "Captain, I have sensors of primitive technology." And they can really hate that.
I don't think that anybody would hate that. I think that people are accepting.
Did. But they were a little more snooty.
Yeah.
Not much. They were also really cool. But,
but it'd be really fun to do a Ren Fair at the Crocker Art Museum.
It would
so if anybody from the Crocker Art Museum
is watching, hey Evan, Ren
Fairs are fun.
Ren Fairs are fun.
Yes, I like playing dress up and going to places and eating giant turkey legs that aren't actually turkey legs.
Right.
They're ham.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Are they?
Yeah.
The giant turkey legs are all ham.
They're ham. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I had no idea.
Right?
I just avoided it because it's like, turkey.
No, it's not turkey. It's ham.
Oh, okay. Not a turkey fan.
It's ham.
So, the really good news for you, / not for Crocker, and kind of fun for me, this is a mismatch thing. So, Crocker Art Museum always happens on the second Thursday of the month. I think it is. Isn't it?
I don't know,
second
but they
Thursday
do
or third
have a
Thursday?
schedule. I was getting into it there for a bit, but
Yeah.
I haven't been in a while.
I think it's second because it's going to be on the 18th, which would put it at the second Thursday because you can't have the third by that point.
I need notes to keep track of all these dates. Anyways, okay, keep going.
So, the exciting thing about Crocker Con, and then I'll get to the part that'll get to be a conflict. This year they're going to move it. They're moving Crocker Con from Thursday night to all day Sunday.
Oh, fun! So they can actually do a con.
They can actually do a con. Yeah, instead of having a 3-hour con, they'll be able to have a 6 or 7 hour con all day Sunday, which is really cool.
Yeah.
If you like, I'm happy to talk to Eben to see if they'd be willing to give you a table.
Oh, nice.
You can either go representing me if you want, but I wouldn't. You'd show up and represent you and bring, you know, all the stuff that you've been working on.
Right?
If
I haven't not been working on anything, but
well,
yeah.
as if I've made a video in the last 2 years. It's fine.
Yeah. I've been obsessed with my job. I've been there only a month and a half, but I'm about to take over. So
Her job's cool.
I wanted to bring you a glove that I made. Anyways.
Oh, that'd be cool. But yeah.
Crocker Con is
Crocker
that
Con
day.
is the 21st. Conflict. I got contacted by Kaboom Con.
Kaboom Con. Where's that?
This is a new con in Carson City, Nevada. Now they're going to pay me travel funds and put me up in a hotel to go to their 2-day con, which is the 19th, 20th, and 21st. So when they first contacted me, my first thought was, that's Crocker Con. And I'm looking, oh, that's the day right after. I'll be tired as all get up. But yeah, sure, fine. And so, yeah, I'll do that. And we back and forth, and Kaboom Con's put it out. And then I get an email from Eben. I mean, I share Kaboom Con's thing on Instagram onto my Instagram thing. So Eben for Crocker Con's like, oh, we better send this out quick.
So what is Kaboom Con's theme?
So Kaboom Con has a theme. This year's Ghostbusters 2.
Love it. Do we have a deadline? No.
Maybe. Friday night. I love this. I so hope Kaboom Con has legally gone through what they need to go through to show a movie to an audience with promoting it. Because if you just do it and it's word of mouth, you kind of get away with it. But if they're actually promoting it, you kind of need to pay the studio. But anyway, they're going to show Ghostbusters 2 Friday night. And then it's all day Saturday, all day Sunday for the con.
Oh, nice.
They're expecting. They had a good turnout last year. It's Carson City. It is currently the premier Comic Con, Cosplay Con, whatever in Carson City, which is the capital of Nevada. It's not a little town. It's just not one that gets talked about much.
Yeah, I just think about them as gambling.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's nothing wrong with it.
No. So definitely looking forward to spending a weekend in Nevada, but I'll be missing Crocker Con.
Okay. Dang nabbit.
Yeah. One of the things they requested, and I agreed to, they wanted to know if I could do an 1 to 2 hour demo. So not a workshop, which I just did at Creators Con, but a demo where basically it's like, can you do an Odin Makes episode, but without cameras? I don't think anyone understands that's a week-long process, but if you do it like a cooking show where you have stages of the cake pre-baked, it's like, okay, I could probably pull that off, which means I'm going to need to
make a prototype.
I'm going to make a prototype. Then make various steps as you go. So this is going to be 100% laser cut with greebles that are 3D printed, so everything can be repeated, and I'm minimizing my and stuff doesn't match up, right?
So web shooters that you already figured out your kits.
It's Ghostbusters theme.
Oh, Ghostbusters things. Okay, never mind.
Probably Ecto Goggles.
That one's a fun one. Okay.
Because Ecto Goggles, I can probably make the body out of foam, right? So that satisfies the Odin Make foam obsession. And then the lenses are 3D printed with the glass parts being laser cut. And then it's and if I can get it to work out, the con has said, yes, I can sell kits. Yeah.
Did you guys pick up on the and understand what that means. Because,
Hopefully.
Right? Maker's gonna make.
Hopefully I didn't stutter that too much.
No, I'm just teasing you.
That's fine.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, and it's September, so my, oh, that's forever away. I can do that, sure. And of course, there's a little back of the head. It's like, you freaking get started, dude.
Right? We do have the pattern.
We do have the pattern. We do have a pattern, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A pattern exists.
I forgot a pattern exists. I kept thinking, so Ace is currently working on a set of goggles for us.
That box?
No, I think that one's just got the sail and stuff in it. Well, maybe that one isn't. It's not there.
I spy with my little eye, and I got Odin off track. Lucky.
Oh, whatever. Welcome to the ADHD live stream.
There we go.
With extra panels.
Yep, I'm like, hey, we have a master plan that has exactly that right
Here.
Nope, these are stickers. It's one of these. I just didn't want to show off somebody's address just in case.
Yeah, that's cool. But one of the Patreons, Ace, was 3D printing us a set of goggles. So I was actually also asking him, but he's busy with family this weekend, so he's not even home. If, which file is he using? Because, there's the gizmo too. I thought about the gizmo. Yeah, there they were. Yeah, nice. I probably will work with this and then modify whatever, and those guys. Cool. I probably should just keep it right back where it was. Hey.
I was going to put it in the back so it's easier to find. Where is it? It's right here.
Hey, it's Lewis. Yay.
Yeah, it's signed.
It's signed, yes. Hopefully Lewis will be watching when we go public in like 15 minutes. But, cool, thank you. Yeah, so, I was planning on trying to do that. So I should definitely watch that guy's video and look at...
It looks like there's a whole step-by-step tutorial.
Yeah, it looks like there could be. all I want to do is make the base foam. The rest of it, either I want to 3D print what the kit is, or if some of the bodies of the lenses are just tubes, if those can be cut from thin-walled PVC pipe, and I just make new rings.
So you're just assembling it in front of people, and you're waiting for glue to dry, not necessarily to cut everything out in front of everyone, because that takes forever.
And I have no problem showing, hey, this is how you do the cut thing, but once the cut thing's done, or you cheat and use a laser, you get this. Right.
Yeah.
And then,
and if you have kits that you're selling, the kits would probably be already pre-laser cut.
100%.
So
I wanted the kits to be, here's all the pieces like a model kit.
Yeah, and you just put it together.
You just put it together, right.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm pro this.
Oh, good.
We've
Thank
had
you.
these conversations.
We've had those conversations
for years.
many times, and I had 3 different props, which I'm not going to reveal what they all are. But please know that I did think about, and in the past I've thought about 3 different props, how I could do this with it, with the idea of potentially doing a workshop with it, but to have kits. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, yeah, okay, give that a shot. Workshops
and kits.
So I did a workshop at Creators Con.
Was this also like the last workshop?
Yeah, it's a lot like the last workshop, but it's a little bit different. Actually, I should probably, is this my control panel? I should probably bring this over to the monitor that I can see. Come over to the monitor. It's not moving at all, is it? There it goes. Yeah, so we went to Creators Con and had a workshop, and one of the things we did, wow, it really doesn't like
being that far over on this weird...
The range of the mouse is not happy. It's like at this point a wired mouse would be better. But, yeah, I don't know where that is here. Anyway. Instead of doing a lightsaber, because we weren't making a lightsaber, that's fine. We made a basic boffer weapon. So what we have here is, she's a pirate showing off her sword that we made. It is a 1/2-inch piece of PVC pipe with a little bit of pipe insulation foam. I cut down some additional foam, EPS foam. It's the white foam that like gear comes packed in, right? to just the width of the two-sided tape that we use for cosplay repair for the shoes. So that got wrapped around the blade as a way of giving a little bit of extra padding. And then we put a gray tube sock over it. I actually found a 24 pack of 24-inch, 24s, just gray cotton athletic socks. And that just pulled over it, taped it down, and then they used some leftover of the cut foam that I made to make a cross guard and the pommel, and taped it all up with different colors of tape. So it was a nice, easy way to make a boffer weapon that should be fun and fun to play with, although it may not last forever and ever, but that's okay. Because it was just
you can still whack your friends with it.
You can go whack your friends with it, exactly. And it was a 1 hour demo. It was a 1 hour workshop. It was completely, unrehearsed, other than, well, this is kind of the way I want to go about doing it. And there were 6 people who did the project. There were 8 people who basically participated because 2 of them helped. One of them was a longtime viewer who had a booth that sells stuff. Oh, nice. And he was like, there were some awesome ideas in there I hadn't thought about. I was like, well, thank you, sir. It was a lot of fun. So I think this is one of those, I gotta do a workshop that's friendly for everybody.
You can pull this one out.
I can pull this one off, because here comes another, tape, no glue, no knife, safe for everyone type of con. Now, while we were at the con, also got to see, darn it. Wow. Oh, now I clicked oh boy. I'm having mouse range issues. Sorry, guys. Mr. Mouse is happy here. Mr. Mouse is not happy here.
Don't worry, we're only live. Click, click, click.
Click, 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 click. All right. That wasn't the picture I wanted to do first. Lots of people were at the con. There were lots of other guest stars at the con. One of the people that was there was Carla again. Carla was the person who played Rita Repulsa for Power Rangers. I didn't realize how many series of Power Rangers. She was this character for quite a while. I know that she loves doing it. I got to talk to her about it in the past, and she just loves being Rita. She's always fun to play with. Well, I don't have a picture of Will with his mask on here, which is sad. But go cut again. Here's the back of Will and his wife Brandy, and they are talking with Rita. And Will just finished making I just forgot the character's name now. I can call it Lord VTech, but that's Vortech, whatever. That's Lego Dimensions.
Zord? No.
Yeah, I think it's just someone's going to tell me.
Yeah, it's been forever.
Oh, cool. The convention page for has been updated. Anyway, so Rita loved the fact that somebody showed up dressed up as
Lord
Rita.
Zed.
Lord Zed, thank you.
Will Connors for the win.
Will Connors for the win. Oh, he's here. Thank you, Will. Sorry, brain dead. Of course, the guy that built it knew what it is. Hope you don't mind me showing your face on the internet, Will. So he built this costume, and Brandy built this costume. I think partly because they knew
Rita would be there.
Rita would be there. The White Ranger from Power Ranger Space was there too. I don't have a picture of him because I was enjoying the con. I didn't get a lot of pictures. But yeah, Rita loved it. Will's suit is for the skinning of the suit. It isn't latex and it isn't plastic dip. It's caulking.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Great material.
Yeah. And because they were there and dressed up, not only did, did Carly get excited because someone was dressed up as, wow, this is just not a happy, now I'm closer and it's not happy. Well, apparently my batteries are dying. Maybe. They also got interviewed on the local news, which is always fun. Good for them. Sorry, I'm playing with the mouse. I'm dropping parts of the mouse. I know you guys can't see it. So they got interviewed, which is cool. So you do kind of get to see the side of his mask a little bit.
Will Connor says he put a full suit picture in Discord. So if you're on the Discord, if you're watching it now, you are on the Discord. So
yeah,
go check that out.
Go check that out. I could download it and throw it on the stream, but I'm having enough problems with the mouse as is. You guys don't mind. But that was really cool, and it was really fun it's awesome hanging out with Will and Brandy. If you ever get a chance, definitely. These two flew out from Boston to Colorado.
Oh, dang.
Because we were coming out from California. Yeah.
Nice.
Another one of the guest stars off to the right, kind of in the picture behind Will there. Yeah, that's Tammy. She's Pippi Longstocking.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. She was there, and she got super excited that Brandy was dressed up like Rita, and ran out and took pictures. And
I feel like costumes. If you're wearing a costume, you're ready to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it is totally a vibe.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So.
One of the other guest stars that was there that I got excited about, and then didn't get to talk to at all during the con, which is fine. And also, I didn't have the funds to do the whole autograph thing, and I don't usually do the autograph thing, so it really didn't bother me. But did bring the movie with me. The guy who played Lightning in Big Trouble in Little China, his name's James Pax, he was there. So Lightning was one of the three storms, right? You had rain, thunder, and lightning. And Lightning was, he had the flashy effects in the movie because he would throw out lightning and he made like things melt. And on occasion, when he got hurt or did something else, there would be characters in the lightning, which I don't know if those are real or not. They may have just made things that looked like Chinese characters in the lightning, But anyway, so he was there. I went over to the table to talk to him, and I talked to his handler. And I went over to the table to talk to him again, and I talked to his handler because it turns out that James is just on the phone with his wife, which I was like, okay, I can appreciate that. But I get a call from the guy that runs the con, Creators Con. His name's Jeff. Mm-hmm. So Jeff calls me the next morning saying, hey, I'm going to take James out to a little local old school gold mining town. Do you want to go with on a road trip? Hell yeah! Nice. And Shock Gremlin got to go as well. So, right now, because James has the one picture that has, not James. Jeff has the one picture of us and James, which I don't have yet. But here's one of the murals at this place in Colorado. It's not Colorado Springs. So yeah, there's Lightning taking a selfie of himself next to this awesome mural. But the town was called Cripple Creek, Colorado, and yeah, it's Colorado, so it's kind of high in elevation. But it was neat. It was like a lot of the gold towns around here. And we had had lunch in one of the restaurants there in Cripple Creek, and it was just fantastic because I did have a little bit of that. Here's a guy that's in a movie, that's one of the villains that I like in a movie, and I actually get to meet him, and I had that weird being removed from the con and riding in the car with him and just talking about general stuff, and then talking about even more open in general and whatever. Like the whole idea of tariffs came up, right? Because James is a dual citizen of China and the US. So the whole thing of tariffs come up. And immediately we all say, yeah, it's really stupid because China doesn't need the US. US needs China. And so we're just hitting ourselves in the face. And he goes, oh yeah, you guys get it. And then the whole tone changed and it just became a bunch of friends talking. It was great.
Right.
Right. So anyway, best outcome. Didn't get an autograph. Didn't get a direct picture. Jeff still has the one picture. Whatever. Fine. I got to hang out with James. And then at one point he had little ancient Chinese medicine. It was oils and other pain relief packs and things that he and some friends from China put together, and he sells here in the States. So he gave me his card. Just like, oh, that's cool. And he flipped it over. Oh, look, there's an email. There's a phone number. There's a WhatsApp. There's a.
So now you in the inner circle.
I guess. It was cool. It was very cool.
That sounds amazing.
Other fun things with being in Colorado. I'll try and wrap this up pretty quick.
Oh, you're fine.
So this one's a little harder to see because it's gonna be washed out. But if you look. So you see a mountain ridge. Okay, so this is the top of some of the mountains in Colorado. Specifically, one of the peaks we're looking at here, the one just to the left of the traffic light, like the traffic light's pointing at it, is Cheyenne Mountain. And I really like this because it was really morning. The moon was still there. So those antennas poking out of the top is poking out of the top of Cheyenne Mountain. Do you know what is in Cheyenne Mountain? You may not. It's been in a number of movies.
Silver, gold.
NORAD.
NORAD?
Yeah. NORAD is the North American, what is it, rapid whatever defense something. It's Missile Command. This is, you remember the old movie with Matthew Broderick called War Games? This is an 80s movie with Whopper. Yeah,
they had
that's
floppy disks
NORAD.
that were going to destroy the world.
Yes. Matthew Broderick hacked into NORAD for that. And so there's that giant door out front that you see in the movie. It's like this 5-foot thick steel door, it weighs as much as, Ohio. And they use stock footage from that, as well as they got permission to shoot in there for Stargate. So this mountaintop, NORAD, is also technically in the Stargate universe where Stargate is.
Oh.
The actual Stargate disk.
So you got a photo of Stargate.
So I got a photo of Stargate Command, and I got a photo of the Whopper all dressed up as a mountain. Yeah, because the Whopper is the name of the computer. So that was really fun. But it's also a real place. It's like Aperture Science. The entire building inside of the mountain is sitting on giant springs, because the idea of NORAD is that it is a giant nuclear bomb bunker. And so all the military people can run in there, I guess because they have warning.
And when they say springs, they're talking about fresh water, not giant springs that'll bounce.
No,
Because in my head, I first went, ooh.
It is actually giant springs that'll bounce.
Oh,
They're
okay.
on giant springs, like house-sized springs probably, because they are vibration dampeners. So if the mountain gets a direct hit, it isn't going to shake up all the people inside. So they're 5 stories deep at minimum, inside of independent rooms that all have these springs. It's not like the whole complex is just on the spring. That's the way it is in the video game Portal, because it was inspired by that. Which is like, okay, and so they can, they can seal themselves off. They're like a submarine for months. They have something like a 500,000 gallon diesel fuel tank to keep things running. That's like shipping ship size. I don't know. I have no idea. That is a size that I can't even comprehend.
So in case of a zombie apocalypse, that's one of those bunker holdouts that civilization will go on, but do you want to be part of that civilization?
Vault-Tec probably took some notes from NORAD. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that was a lot of fun. It was just neat. I mean, that's as close as I got with that image. I'm pointing at a screen you guys can't see anymore.
If
that's
the government shows up and starts knocking on the door, y'all know what happened.
Right. So then, let's see. How do I want to get to the most detailed part of the story that's annoying? So the entire con was fantastic. The trip out to the con was great. The con paid for my flight, and because I've been doing all these running around flight with my day job, I accrued enough miles that I was able to use miles to get a free ticket so Shock Gremlin could go. So both of us went, but we went on different airlines.
Okay.
And then because Jeff purchased the flights and got the cheapest he could, I went on a third airline to come back, right? So I went out, I think Delta, came back United, and Shock Gremlin went out, I think Southwest the whole time. And you sure it's not a mind control station? It may not. I don't know. Could be. But so the flight out was fine. It was fairly uneventful. The flight back, we're enjoying our road trip. It's a great day. We come back, and all of us are flying out of the Colorado Springs airport, which is just barely big enough to handle jets. James has a later flight, so he gets out of the car, and we load all of our stuff back into Jeff's car to go out to the airport, and we get dropped off. And as we're heading out there, my flight's taking off at 6:30. Shock Gremlin's taking off at like 8. And I'm watching to make sure things are going to be okay, and I see my flight go to 6:45, and it goes to 7, and then we're waiting outside for other things to happen, and my flight becomes like 7:30. It's like, oh well, we don't have stress anymore. We're taking off at the same time. I'm not behind. Now, it turns out that the Denver airport around that time had funnel clouds form and actually had some of them touch down, so they had a legitimate tornado warning at the Denver airport, which is where I was going, right? I was going to go from Colorado Springs in a little plane to the Denver airport, which is a major hub, and that would take me back to California. Shock Gremlin supposedly was going to go from, Colorado Springs to Las Vegas, Nevada, and then back to California, and we were both going to arrive at around the same time. So the tornado, while I'm there and trying to get things set up, I'm talking to United, and the plane is pushed back, and the plane is pushed back, and then at the time when Shock Roman has to go through TSA to actually get into the thing, I found out for United, my flight is canceled. I am not flying out of the Colorado Springs airport that night. But Shock Roman still can, so great. Off they go. Neil is a really good friend who lives in Colorado. He was willing to drive me to the Denver airport, which is only like a 90-minute drive, right? Mm-hmm. So I could fly, which overall takes about 2 hours with everything, but 90 minutes to drive there. Sorry. We start going. We get maybe half an hour to 40 minutes into driving to Denver, and I started getting texts from Shop Gremlin about how their flight's getting delayed and pushed back, and then their flight is finally fully canceled, even though they're not going through Denver. The problem is the plane that was going to pick them up is coming out of Denver. So, yeah, turn around, go back to get Shop Gremlin because they can still catch a late flight in Denver. With their same airlines, and I had a small chance of still catching my flight because it's going to be delayed because the plane I was going to catch was coming out of Dallas, right? So it was getting delayed because same thing. Anyway, they make it home. Bean gets fed. That was the biggest problem because Bean didn't go with us, and United fully canceled everything. There just wasn't any. There was no planes coming in. There was no flights going out. The plane that came from Dallas took off as we were pulling up into the airport, right? So I missed my flight, and there were not going to be any more. Fine, whatever. United was awesome about it. They gave me a hotel voucher that was totally paid for, with lift tickets that was paid for, and then also some food money. The meal vouchers is what they called it.
Oh, nice.
Basically, they were temporary Visa cards. But yeah, so I flew out of Denver airport at 3:30 the next day.
Okay.
I had an 18-hour delay. But the whole time I'm expecting to sleep at the airport, right? It's like I've been delayed before. I know it's going to happen. I'm going to be sitting in the airport trying to sleep in the chair, playing the Switch to keep myself entertained because I brought that to play in the plane. And so when I get this hotel room and oh my gosh, I got a bed and I got a shower. Yeah, so that worked out well. But the con was great. So the adventure home was an adventure.
Yeah, got a good story to tell.
A bit, yeah. Sorry, it was a little long-winded.
No.
You know, and I got to see things that I don't see in California. We don't have tornado shelters in California. Airport does, which I'm glad they do. But, yeah. Creators Con loved it, and at this point in time, the plan is I'm going back again next year.
Oh, nice!
And it's going to be in Colorado Springs again next year. But Shock Roman and I will probably just fly into Denver, and Neil will pick us up, and then we'll just go drive into Colorado Springs and get there earlier. But anyway, yeah.
Right.
So,
but now you have experience, and now you know.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. It was great. So
right.
much fun. Adventures. I could drag this out a lot. There was a lot that went on because there was a lot of back and forth, and there was a lot of no, we missed the turn, and and it was an ordeal getting the lift because I didn't have the lift app, and just on and on and on. But you got the gist of it.
You made it here.
I made it here. You know, it took me 6 or 7 hours. Yeah, it took from 4 p.m. until 1 a.m. for me to get to my hotel where I wasn't going to be flying out. So that was my trip from Colorado Springs. And then the next day I finally flew out.
And you made it.
And I made it.
One piece or two?
Nothing broke, so I made it out in one piece.
Nice.
Is that what you mean, right?
Yeah. It's just like you made it out in one piece? All right, we good.
I made it out one piece. Yeah, no. Nothing got broken. Nothing got lost. Shop Gremlin has a powered chair to help them get around, a powered wheelchair, and that didn't get broken. And so, yeah, exactly. So everything actually went really, really well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fun adventures.
The one other thing that was really fun on the freeway in Colorado, so Neil and I are turning around, coming back, and all of a sudden this drives past us. And all I could think of, there is a signpost up ahead. You're now entering the final destination zone. But, it was just fun. It's a truck with a giant, you can actually see one in the background there in the same image. It's a giant horseshoe sign thing that goes over a freeway, and they're hauling a new one out. But for whatever reason, with all the logging trucks we saw that day, we kept talking about Final Destination. So when this went by, Twilight Zone came to head.
Yep, you gotta really have faith in the person who tied that up.
Uh-huh. Yes, you do.
Is it time to go live?
Yeah, I've been trying to watch the clock. I know I've been talking.
You're fine. You're only a minute over.
Oh, good. End stream. No, that's not what I want.
Click.
Clicking, try. But yeah, the whole adventure coming back from Creators Con, I could eat up everything doing that. So just we're good. We're done.
Nice.
But did you die though? No. Okay, so you're fine.
Are you dead?
No, not dead.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I heard you got some stuff done. What'd you get done while I was gone?
So, some of the stuff that I got done while you were gone is I got some of the greebles put onto the Proton Pack, right? So, we had done one wire harness.
See, there's some new screws on here.
There's new screws.
This is mounted.
Yeah.
This is mounted.
We had one mounted, I think, before you left. I think, yeah.
We started to. It wasn't fully mounted.
So, they're both fully mounted. The other one I know is over there still. So, they're both mounted on both of them. I got this put on both of them.
Yep.
And yeah, I got some more screws put on, and there's some screws down here. I still haven't done the busted whatever things, the
tubes.
Yeah, I got that put on.
They need to be sawed down so that they are not up in there, so we have more room for light.
Exactly. So that's still not going to happen today, because I don't think I'll be sawing them down during the stream. But I got a few other things put on, and one of the things I started doing was working with the tubes. Tubes.
Look at tubes.
So the 3/4 inch tube, but there's a bunch of colored tubes that go on it, and specifically there are a number of red tubes that go on the Proton Pack. But I was annoyed because I ordered red tubes, and what they sent me for a 1/4 inch was that, which that is red. That's a darker, more earthy red than I wanted, but that's red.
Yeah.
And then I needed a thinner tube, and they sent me that red tube.
Oh. That's very light red.
That is very light red. That's the borderline tangerine. That is not. It's a small bit that fell. Yeah, not happy. That's not acceptable.
And reds are very, 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 very difficult to just match in general.
Right. I wanted fire truck red. I got earthen red and
tangerine.
Salmon, yeah. Salmon is another excellent description of that color, which sherbet. That falls in the red area of the spectrum of the rainbow, but I wouldn't call that red even if it was a crayon. That's not... There's one little piece that keeps falling.
There are of colorblind people out there.
There are.
And you don't really know that you're colorblind if it's close enough.
Yeah.
So I just assume that people don't see colors as I see colors.
Yeah. And it may be that with the dye lot or whatever it is that the manufacturer
this is red enough.
That's as red as they were going to get because it's more red than the other colors they made. But still, for me, I want fire truck. That's not red enough.
It needs to be aesthetically correct, not like functionally correct. Duh.
Yeah, exactly. So when I went and picked up this from the car store.
Did it melt it?
No, not at all.
Good.
That's literally what the guy was saying. He's like, what you painting? It's like, the hoses from my Proton Pack weren't the right colors. He goes, oh, okay. That's like, I have no idea if he actually fully got that or not.
He's like, I'm not asking any more questions.
I'm not asking any more questions on that. You're not even putting it on the car.
And it is a vinyl, so it is going to.
Yeah, just fine. Now I know on screen everyone's just seeing red on red on red. But I painted these.
We made a giant base. Oh.
Again. Sorry. Wait.
No worries.
So now we have those. Which,
those colors
again,
versus...
are those perfect? No, but those are so much closer. I'm not going to care.
Camera 4. Which shade of red's your favorite? There's this. Tangerine red, pinky red, and red red.
And red red. And even those two reds of these two other are slightly different because the base color was slightly different.
Yeah.
But again, who cares? Bonus that I was happy with, that I didn't expect to happen, the writing came through. It bled through the spray paint, which that happens a lot.
It's good.
But that will be out of focus.
There.
So the writing bled through, which happens a lot with spray paint, but I didn't expect it to bleed through, and I'm not upset because you can see the writing on the Bill Murray pack in the
Does it
photos.
float to the top of the alcohol?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's exactly what it is.
Because if you rub it down with alcohol to remove it first,
right,
it lifts it off.
Yeah, or acetone, it'll totally take it off. But I didn't want to bother. I didn't care.
So we have it too legit to quit now.
Yeah, basically.
The printed on.
With a whole bunch of extra that's not expecting.
I love how the people who built these are like, yeah, it's canon now. it's not a mistake, it's canon.
Right, exactly. And you know that specifically from one of the guys.
Thank you, Ben Needy, if you're ever still watching this. We love you.
Yes, which I did get to talk to some of the Colorado Ghostbusters, and I was admiring the tape on his Neutrino 1.
You'll never unsee it now.
Nope, never going to unsee it now.
It is canon.
There it is. But yeah, so...
We got a super chat.
I saw that. So happily this happened. Oh, Shadowlands Radio. Oh, cool. Thank you. Sweet. Catching you after another wand shenanigans vid. Sweet. Okay.
What's going on?
Okay. Bernie Davis says, Odin, I used clear tubing and then painted it the right colors. I tried to buy it the right colors because it felt like the right thing to do.
Because coloring things takes time and energy and is not always the easiest. So if you can get it the right color, sometimes it's just like, can I have it the right color?
Right, exactly.
But when you're ordering things online, you can't believe you can't believe pictures.
Right. No, because it didn't...
Dye lots will change colors on everything.
Yeah, because it didn't specify. The picture was a red tube, not what I got, as far as I remember. And same thing with the I think both pictures were more of a fire engine red, which I didn't get in either one of them. The green and the blue I'm totally happy with, even if they're slightly wrong, because they are RGB green blue. I'm fine. But although we don't need green on this at all, I think green goes on the wand. Sean Carg is here. Hello, Sean. Oculus Orbis. For a moment, I forgot that Felicia stands on a box and wondered why she is so much taller than Odin.
I have big shoes on too today, so I have an extra.
Yes, you do.
2 inches.
Bernie Davis came in. Hi. Sweet. Aria 51's at the flea market. Ralph Morrick's in. Hello, Odin and Felicia. And everyone in chat.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, right. It's not that Shop Grumman's flight got canceled coming out of Colorado Springs. I told the story wrong. It kept getting delayed. That finally her flight leaving Colorado Springs would land in Las Vegas at the time that her connecting flight in Las Vegas, I think after the time that her connecting flight in Las Vegas would be landing in Sacramento.
Oh.
So it's not even missing it because it took off. It's like so late it missed the entire flight. Yeah.
Hey, everyone's back and we're all in one piece.
Yes.
For now.
Yes, for now.
For now, till the next adventure.
Clear tubing was cheaper. Yeah, I bet it was, which is fine.
Yeah,
and
but then
it's
you
also
factor
gonna be
the
softer.
cost of paint.
Well,
Always forget that. Sometimes it's cheap, sometimes it's not.
Yeah. The clear tubing, I think I spent $8 or so for each color of tubing for the amount I got, except the blue, because it came with some tools that I needed for another project. That was $20. And then it was $12 for the spray paint here in California. So yeah, it was still a chunk of change, but whatever, it's done.
It's done, and we're making progress, and eventually this will be done.
Eventually this will be done, and I would like to take these to Kaboom Con.
We have a deadline.
Kind of have an ideal deadline.
Nice.
But we only have to worry about this because we've got wands coming.
Yeah, and we have suits.
And we have suits.
Oh, and now that I have a suit, I got a good base jumpsuit. Like a really good heavy duty
So you just found one in addition to the one that
yeah.
Lewis sent us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a big bag of hand-me-downs for my sister, and I'm like, this jumpsuit is perfect.
Oh, really? So it's a tan? Awesome.
So, oh no, I have more, you know what I mean?
I have more jumpsuits, right.
Good problems, but yeah. So jumpsuits are mostly, we gotta buster them up a little bit.
Right, yes.
They're just blanks.
Because I've got the one that I bought in the 90s, I got the new one that Lewis sent, and then I've got an orange one that we actually picked up for doing X-Wing pilot for a fan film that never came out, I don't think.
And we need the Pads.
Yeah, we need pads.
We need patches.
We're gonna need
we have
patches.
some, but like they need to be correct.
Yeah, right.
And then what else does it need? It needs a P tube.
Needs a P tube. I don't think everyone in the movie did, but most Ghostbusters I see have the gizmo on their belt, which is another one of the things in the pattern that was sent to us. There's all the little clippy rings, the equipment rings that just kind of hang. There's patterns for those on there. Again, ecto goggles. Not everybody had them, but most people have them. Not everybody in the movie had them, but most Ghostbusters I know have them because they're toys. And we've got our shoe polishers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be pretty legit.
Yeah.
Too legit to quit.
Yeah.
So what would you do for that workshop? That is. Oh yeah, you talked about the goggles. That makes sense.
Goggles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for those of you who weren't here earlier, although most of you who are watching this as a rerun heard all this crap already, coming up in mid-September, September 19th, 20th, and 21st, although for me, the 19th is a travel day. So the 20th and 21st, I'm going to be in Carson City, Nevada at Kaboom Con. And this is a new con in Nevada. This is their second year. And the theme is Ghostbusters 2. They're actually going to be showing Ghostbusters 2 in their theater they've got set up on the night of the 19th. I might actually be there for that. But because it's a Ghostbusters themed con, have a reason to try and get this done. So at this point, it'd be awesome if these could go to SAC Anime, because you might be going to SAC Anime. Mm-hmm. And that way, we could actually debut them
right
at the end of summer, which is...
So what do we need to get them attached. We need greebles attached.
We need greebles attached.
Battery packs mounted.
Battery packs need to be mounted. Greebles need to be attached. It needs to be attached to the Alice frame. We need to hook up the connecting tube that goes from the pack to the wand. And that's most of it, I think, because we have lights, which for right now is good enough. We can put sound in later. It will light up, yeah. It will light up, yeah. And
we have speakers we can hook up to our phone to make sound. So we technically have sound covered.
That's true. We do have those, the bitty boomers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can always throw a smoke pencil inside that doesn't have to be linked up to anything.
Right. And we can go turn that on outside, and it'll be fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't play with it. Don't play with the flamethrower inside, kids.
Not crazy on the crazy amounts of bells and whistles, but we still have access to fun bells and whistles. So I think we're good for now.
I think so.
We need to get it mounted.
Yep.
We needed to get it wired.
Yep.
To light up, and we just need the last of the greebles.
Which most of the greebles are there.
Yeah, right here.
Right.
Greebles.
So the only detailed piece that I can remember that we just don't have is the tubes that go here. So this is the one thing. Those need to get sawed down. Those need to get sawed down, and I need to make a plate that attaches them to the pack, which thankfully I can see is exactly how they did it.
Okay.
So if I cut a couple pieces of plywood and make a plate that can just be glued into the hole that was cut, and then have a thing so it's all epoxy. I have it in my head how I can go about doing it.
Right now you have the wood to screw to right there.
Okay, good. So yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll screw it all up with wood.
Well, there is wood currently right here.
Sweet. Yeah. Right. Good.
So you can go mount it from both sides.
Yeah, so definitely do that, because it can make a plate just as fits in the recess area here, which is legitimately what Murray's pack had. And the pipes can still go into the holes, and so
let's face it to them.
It'll be
it's that spot right there. Oh, camera 3.
Oh, not quite. Sorry, I thought it was going to work out.
Hold on. Where is the spot?
There it is. It's right up here.
Right here.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Most of you guys know it, but there's that. And a little coloration on it. That was just me smearing super glue on it, not caring that it was going to miss.
It's not going to be seen. That's a piece of wood right there. That's what it's going to get mounted to.
Now, it's only a 3mm piece of plywood.
Now, where
but
is
with
those tubes?
They're in the box still, which is...
That box or that box?
They're probably in the box over there underneath the Costco
box.
cardboard. Yeah.
Oh, you got some more Costco cardboard.
Yeah. I walked past the Costco cardboard, went, I don't need it, I'm okay. And then as soon as I'm going past the paper towel section, because I was picking up paper towels, there were pieces practically falling off and hitting me. It's like, okay, fine, I'll take some. But yeah, here they are. And with this, I think
It was supposed to show
most of it's cut off. Yeah, all the way up.
because the lights were going to show through these,
Shows through the holes.
and we don't need those holes anymore.
No, so like most of this,
We should measure.
I'm going to be able to cut off. Yeah, can.
Yeah,
I can
we
do
have
that.
to make progress. Well, what are we going to do today?
Well, we could glue tubes on. I can cut tubes. We can glue greebles on.
Okay, what greebles? Well, let's do.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just
You're just itching to do.
project.
All right.
Almost done. We got to work on it.
All right. Sorry. Pierce Smith says hello, Odin and Felicia. The injector tubes. Thank you, Bernie. PKE meters. Thank you, Bernie. The things I'm forgetting. Always good having spares. Shadowlands Radio just needed something to hold the sticks before being turned into wand blanks, and the wand blanks after. Yes, this is the wand shenanigans. Very cool. Sean Karg says, Ghostbusters 2 slime guns coming from Odin Makes in 2028! Dude, you're optimistic as hell. That's cool.
Alright, I only found one set of tubes. I don't know where the other set of tubes are.
Oh, okay. They're around. Hey, Ashley's here. Remember Ashley?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came
Hi,
by.
Ashley.
She actually visited yesterday. She says, thanks for having me come by yesterday. I miss you guys already.
Aw.
Hi, Ashley. Yes, we actually had a monthly... The attempt to have a monthly craft day with close friends was
Nice.
yesterday. Yeah.
That's always good for motivating to get work on projects done.
Yeah. And it did.
And inspires you to do more. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. It was great. One of the big things, I don't remember her handle right now, but Chelsea was helped unbury Shop Grumman's sewing corner. So, and got the sewing table set up and some things. So, yeah, there's the possibility of actually being able to make fabric stick together appropriately soon. Bernie Davis says slime blower's coming in 2035. There's a realistic deadline. All right. What do we want to do?
I don't know. What do we got to do?
Do we want to switch places, Ben? Do you care?
I don't care either way.
you
I'm
can
just
see it
short,
again.
so that's just...
Right. I wasn't trying to make you show that you're short. Yeah, Ashley Ray
It's
says
okay.
hi back to you. That's cool. Okay, I have no problem.
All right.
Is it Bernie? Yeah, Bernie. Hey, Bernie. How long are the injector tubes? Like from the pack coming down approximately, and how long should I cut these?
We might have the information in here.
It might, but this was the size that Chris wanted to cut them to make it fit for the way his pack
I know,
worked.
but I think he has measurements of where things need to go.
Which I can cut these, but the rest of it is not going to happen because it's going to take a little more effort with. Still could probably do it, really. Yeah. Anyway, having hook up Mr. Because I want to use my laser to cut things out to make stuff fit right. I'm like hobbled by my desire to use my technology. Oh, Jerry Can Cosplay is here. Sweet.
Hi, Jerry.
So, we'll need to pull up pictures of...
Hello, Moon Eyes 2K. They say greetings, Odin and Felicia.
Hello, Moon Eyes.
Sean Karg telling Jerry hi. How are y'all doing? Oh, there's the other guy.
Yeah. See, they're both about at the same spot at this point.
Oh yeah,
About.
this guy has this tube. That's extra.
Okay, that's one thing extra. So let's get that tube put on.
All right, let's do that. Let's make them even at least.
Okay.
So, what parts, pieces, and tubes? I see tubes. Here's a tube. I spy my little eye. A tube that's about that size.
Yep. So what I did with
alive.
this, to give this a little more body, there's a little bit of the tangerine tube inside.
Okay. That
and
was
so,
this piece.
That was probably this piece, yeah.
Sorry, I made it into a wreath
That's
for a Barbie
fine.
doll.
That's fine. Yep. That's exactly what that was. I had forgotten that's what I cut it for. Okay, so what we
It
want
looked about the right size. I spy with my little eye.
totally the right size.
What are we looking for?
This piece. Yep, there should be two of those.
Yeah, I was playing with those ones earlier. Here you
Good.
go.
Okay, all we want to do, I think, is there another one with tape on it over there?
No.
Okay.
Those are 2 ones like that.
Okay.
17th
It'll be fine.
Samurai Spirited says hello, hello.
Hello, 17th Samurai.
And Bernie Davis says the injectors are 7 inches long.
Oh, thank you, Bernie. Much appreciated. I gotta write that down. I remember it right. 7 inches. Okay.
Did I say centimeters?
No, you said inches.
Oh, okay, 7 inches.
It says he said inches too. He just used it.
Okay. You need something to put tape on there?
Maybe, maybe not. Let's just grab some. All I did was super glue and
Super glue, is that over there? Or is that the accelerator?
This one's hand sanitizer.
No, the one behind it. That's the accelerator.
It used to be the accelerator. It's an empty tube now.
Oh, okay. More high-tech accelerator, I see.
This one says runny, so I need to be a little
careful about not gluing yourself to the project.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, there you go.
Progress. So come back next week and we'll glue one more thing.
Is it pointing the right direction?
More or less, yeah, because it wants to go up to this hole up here.
Oh, okay.
So
that's where that one goes.
That's how it's going to go. What we want to do is figure out how much of this. The only reason I put the tangerine tube on, was, like I said, was to give it some body, right? So it would be a little less floppy, which probably doesn't matter. But
do you have a silver Sharpie to mark the tube to cut it?
Oh, I see.
We slide it on.
I probably do.
Easily accessible. I'm looking in the Sharpie bin.
All I did last time was hold my thumbnail on it till I cut it.
I like that.
Oh, there you go. So for here, and it wants to go somewhere around here.
There you go.
Okay.
Mark it. You can cut in front of that line or behind that line, but at least it gives you a spot to mark. Oh, look at a nifty little tool.
Yeah. This came with the blue tubes.
Is that a pill cutter?
No, it's actually a tube cutter.
This is a really mean clothespin.
That's a very mean clothespin.
Do not. This is a finger chopper.
Yeah, exactly.
Circumciser.
That'd be much better for taking the end off of a cigar than doing anything with your finger.
Yes.
So that's on okay. I keep making this move and the glue isn't getting a chance to set up. Yeah, good.
Bernie Davis says, I just measured the ones on my Hasbro pack.
Sweet. Don't care.
Somebody else figured out the problem? Sure. Use their information.
Yeah. I don't mind. I'm not against...
Ralph Mork saying, well, if you ever need more metal cast parts, I'll know this. There's no rush whatsoever, LOL. We still have not touched his parts that he made us very kindly.
Yes, and excitedly.
And we're not there yet.
No, but we will get there.
I saw Bean. There's Bean.
Yeah, I heard. He came out.
Yeah. I'm always afraid of squishing him. Because
Right.
he gets like right under my feet. And I'm like looking for him and it's like, oh, I found him with my foot.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I step on his toes all the time.
Hey, accomplishment!
Accomplishment!
I didn't do anything. I just watched.
That's all right. Now we need to. You can do stuff. I didn't mean to take it from you.
No,
It's
you're
just
fine.
Like, we just need to do that again. Okay, well I did it like this, so I did it really quick.
It's okay.
There are the thin red tubes that I spray painted.
Mm-hmm.
One comes from this area to this area, and then the second one goes from that area down to here, I think. To
Do
the
we have
bumper or
reference
something
images?
else. Yeah, there's reference images. Let's pull them up.
And is it these things?
No, I don't think those are those things.
These things?
I think they're the straight connectors.
Okay.
I don't remember. I'll have to look it up.
Reference images. Can't
Yeah.
do anything without them.
No! 100% planned on looking at reference images. I wasn't trying to
No, you're fine.
skip on that. Why are you so mean to me? Okay. Thank you. Whenever you're done playing, phone. So, what we got with the reference images.
This one? Oh, no. Close.
Yeah, it's the gray one.
Yeah, but this one's the chipped one.
Oh, that's fine. You want the chipped one.
Okay.
So, what are we... Does this even matter?
Camera 4?
I'm going to try and do 2.
Right here on for camera 4. There you go.
So, yeah. So we want to do that guy at this point up here, which is well, way over that way on the pack. So
is it more on the inside than this one, or more on the outside? I think we got these. I'm gonna turn it
the upside down for the people at home.
Okay, there you go. Then that makes more sense. So it's right here. So you need to drill a hole.
So we'll need to drill a hole for that one. Yeah. Okay. And then this red pipe runs down and goes in
to the danger right there, and
goes underneath the danger. Okay, yeah.
Nope, not that one.
And that's just a straight connector.
This one right here.
Yeah, that's it.
This one right here.
And then there's a secondary one that comes out. So that the top one goes in, and the secondary one comes out and goes around the clippered valve and just goes using the same elbow piece into the side of the cyclotron just above the bumper bar.
Okay, so we have one of these.
For the top line.
And then one of these and one of these for the other one.
Yep.
There
That's
you go.
Okay. You were close.
I was looking over here.
It's not easy doing it the close-ups. All good. So yeah, that was the thought. So I will get the drill bit. Do we have
4?
Okay, but we're gonna need a little more. Looks like we're gonna need a little more close hanger wire to be able to pin everything together. So we're gonna need 8 bits of close hanger wire, and then those guys. Okay.
So for this one and then for this one, we have the pieces. Drill.
And because I'm not trying to drill 2 pieces of metal at the same time with the same hole going through it, I'm not all caught up using the drill press. They were very politely making fun of me last week when I just pulled out a hand drill and drilled a hole into the PVC pipe. But it's like, I'm not matching up loose parts.
There you go. Hey, I don't care.
Yeah,
you got a hole and it worked. We good.
Yeah.
Done is better than perfect.
Right, and I don't care that they're making fun of me either. It was all done in fun. So
yes.
More super glue. Oh wait, look at this.
Vixen says, sorry, I was driving when you said not to glue yourself to the project. It reminded me of Rocky and Bullwinkle, Robert De Niro line. We are very attached to the project. Yeah.
No, I don't think I ever saw the theatrical Rocky and Bullwinkle movie. Watched the cartoon a lot. It was one of my dad's favorite cartoons. But, yeah. Wow, yeah, it was one of my dad's favorite cartoons to the point that he would on occasion call Mom Rocky because of the cartoon.
There you go.
Will that fit?
There we go.
Does it fit?
It fits.
Okay, good.
It fits.
I think everything else we're putting in is foam, so we can just push it like a thumbtack.
Perfect. These things need bits of wire.
Yes. So where did I had a piece of coat hanger I was using last time.
I spot. Oh, right there on the floor, right at your toes.
Oh, thank you.
I spy with my little eye. I'm the champ.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you've also got vision that works, which is, no fair. You're cheating. You got focus.
I can find the thing I need in the chaos.
Yes, you can. I appreciate it.
Funny thing is when I worked at the costume shop, whenever James would get something new, I would find it right away. Go, when'd you get this? He's like, I bought that this morning. How did you find it so quick?
Because it's new and different and sticks out. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Should wear some glasses with those things. I had a needle snap on me the other day, and now I'm a little like, oh, eyes.
So I'll just make sure to point this appropriately and get up to. Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna go get some more coffee because I am empty. And
you go get more coffee.
Sad.
Okay, I will cut 8 inches of.
Making progress. I'm leaving for coffee.
Oh, that's okay. We're gonna have a real hard stop in a little bit, probably.
Really?
Maybe. I'm just bending the wire back to being a little more straight. All right. One of those slightly OCD things where No, the wire's got to bend. The wire shouldn't have a bend. It should be a straight wire. It's a coat hanger, Odin. Yeah, but not anymore. Now it's a straight piece of wire. That's better. All right. This doesn't need to be a full inch long, right? Where's the parts we're working with? There's one. So it's just going to go in there. Will the thin just go in here? Yeah, actually it will. Okay. Okay. Well, the thin's just going to go in there. Let's do that. Where's the finger cutter? There it is. Sean Carg. Oh, it's birthday. Bernie Davis. Yesterday was his 41st birthday. Well, happy birthday, Bernie.
Feliz cumpleaños. I'm just waiting for the coffee to cook now.
And Sean says he'll be turning 50 this year. Awesome.
Happy birthday. Half a century.
Shadowlands is sharing something I didn't see the earlier part of. Maybe not. Maybe that's just a blurt and it's not coming. Just hold the sticks. Okay. Shadowlands is letting us know they have an autoimmune disorder called antiphospholipid syndrome. Phospholipid system.
We can.
Oh God! Yeah,
any
this has got more than 6 letters. I'm screwed. And that comes with several of the same symptoms as MS, which is like that's gotta be a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm saying things very simply, but I'm not. Yeah, I think everyone knows I do not make fun of people for what they have. That's not.
It's not easy being anybody.
No, it's not easy being anybody.
Yep, people have things that they're dealing with that you cannot see.
Yeah.
And life is hard enough as it is.
Bernie Davis popped up with thanks, everybody. So, being in your 40s, that technically means life's over, right? Isn't that what the whole thing was in all the old movies?
Means you're winning.
Oh, it means you're winning. I like that better. I like
Aging
the fact
is not for the faint of heart.
I like the fact that it just fits.
There you go.
So.
It needs a little bit.
Oh, I jumped ahead, huh?
It's okay. I just ran off.
I figured I would be putting. Oh, it'll come off now, right? Yeah, good. It still comes off. Okay. We need to put the painted one on, not the unpainted. I was thinking, I'll put the unpainted on, then we can put the big pipe on. These are all the little pipes.
This one's painted? That one's painted? Or
no.
You need these ones right here.
I had snipped off, yeah.
Because you were using an interior one. Now these ones are the exterior ones.
My brain was still stuck on interior, yeah.
But do the bigger tubes need to go over those smaller tubes to fit?
Not yet. These are all the smaller tubes.
So let's do the small tube first, and then we'll do the big tube?
Yeah, well, the big tube isn't... these two runs are both... Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. You have a couple seconds where we get into it, but the two runs we're talking about on the side, those are both the little tubes, right?
One's big, one's little?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's...
There you go. One big, one little.
Oh, no, I think they're both the same.
Okay, so then we need 4 of those instead of 2 of those?
Yeah, but then I've got like 4 feet, which is enough for both packs.
To cut them, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the smaller tube.
Okay.
And it goes down to the smaller tube.
Oh, so they're both the smaller tube?
Both the smaller tube. I think the big tube goes on this side.
Oh, okay.
And that might be it, actually. Oh, okay, we got some... Oh, that's the blue. That's really dark blue. That blue's... That's a dirty blue. Okay. Just wait till you start the Proton Pack Mark IV. So many extra components. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is probably the only Proton Pack I'm going to build.
Well, this is my second, so.
And there you go. Yes. You did make one
Who
for
knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got tubes. Got to cut off the ugly part.
Yep. Most of it anyway. A little bit of the ugly part can go in.
Yeah.
Drop the important pieces.
I see it, though. Didn't disappear yet.
So those Kazi popped in yet? Not yet. I could feel the the resin cracking. It's like, I'm not happy with that tension. Can't say I blame you.
That one go there.
So what we're going to want to do, I'm going to turn the zoom off on 4.
There you go. That's a better one.
All right. So we got our small tube, and the connector thing goes in here, and I believe it still goes under this, and then, oh no, it goes over it. Look at that. Boy, I'm glad I looked. No, it does not go under it, Odin. It goes over it like this. Through, yeah. Oh, that one undid.
Just popped off.
Did I put glue on this?
No, you did not.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Only glued the pieces in, not the tubes themselves.
too busy talking.
Distractions.
Yeah. Hardcore.
Don't worry, we're all watching you.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. Especially as I bump the screen of my phone with my arm and it scrolls on me. Now, these are urethane tubes, so super glue should stick to them.
Oops, sorry. I was
Once
trying
it
to
sets
push.
up.
I was trying to get the inner tube because it wasn't slid down.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's why I put tape on the other ones.
Trying to keep it out so I can slide that on. There we go. Without gluing myself to the project, I don't want to be that attached to this project.
No.
Woo!
Sorry. Smells like toxic.
Now it's glued. Okay.
Okay.
It's held in place.
So I'll
You
start
just
the
kind
other
of
one.
smoosh it, and then you smoosh it, and then you smoosh
And then
it.
you smoosh it. So I'm not gluing these, but
You're popping them in place.
they're going in
Pretty securely.
pretty securely. More or less.
If they become an issue, you can later on.
Yeah. I see we had motion. Shell born with, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, no, definitely good for you soldering on. Okay. So I'm fighting with this one. It's not going in as easily. And it's...
Do you want a different one? Here, try a different one.
Yeah, I think I finally got it. Appreciate it, though. So the painting's working, but what's interesting is the tube is able to flex enough it actually peels the paint off, which impresses me. I haven't had this paint peel off stuff that often.
It's meant for vinyl, so.
Yeah. Well, it's technically urethane, which isn't quite vinyl, but it's still going to work way better than, you know,
Regular.
enamel.
Yeah, that's going to chip off if it doesn't just never set.
Right. Come here. Okay.
That one goes in that spot. Threaded through.
Threaded through and under everything. And goes here. Am I doing that backwards? No, that's right. Because it goes over that. It's interesting that it seems like it, whatever.
You would not have wired it that way yourself.
No, because it's putting tension on the parts, but it could be that
It's more
the
noticeable when it's over the top than if it's
absolutely. And it
hiding.
looks more complicated. And, yeah. We're not working with, yeah. Anyway. Oh, right. It goes all the way up to here.
under the danger sign.
Under the danger sign.
Danger zone. And
Exactly.
then it's these ones that need, you got the hanger parts cut out for them?
No, I have not got there yet.
Okay, I can get there. I'm just jumping around.
It's okay. So if you want to cut these tubes, because you know where they're going, I'll get thumbtacks made out of those guys.
There's 4 of them. I'm assuming these 2 spots with the fingerprints.
Yeah, probably. Where we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably exactly where they need to go.
You know what? I'm just going to fold this in half from the paint spot, and then we'll cut them down.
That's fine. I don't think there's... I wasn't doing that because it's like, okay, is this the only place these are going? I wasn't sure, but I think it is the only place
Because
these
the
thin
other
ones are
tube
going.
is the big tube.
Yeah.
Hey, where's your cool...
Didn't I hand it to you? It's under your left hand.
Oh, I didn't even see it. It was blending in.
Okay. I mean, the crap was blending in with the crap, so you couldn't see the crap because the crap was in the way?
I thought I was good at I Spy.
Okay,
I'm not.
Too.
Apparently, I am not.
100% not what I was trying to say.
It's okay. Here are 2 extra pieces for the other sides.
Let me just balance the drill on the computer that's running the stream. Nothing possibly could go wrong.
Oh, no, never. And we'll see you next.
Yeah. If the stream suddenly ends without any warnings, because I knocked the drill over.
Oops. I'm going to go grab coffee now that it's done.
Yeah. There's one. Got a few of these to go. Maybe the simplistic cartoon pack if we're lucky. You know, I found the old Kenner roleplay Real Ghostbusters Proton Pack a long time ago at the thrift store. I bought it. I ended up giving it to somebody because they needed it for something. I might still have it in a box. I don't think I got it back. I might have. I don't remember now. It might be at home. At the with some other stuff I got stored that's not here. I mean, I am home. I say home because, yeah, whatever, details. Trust me, I'm way more home here than I am at the other place I'm thinking about. Steve G says, I met Nerd Forge at the last weekend, and that was awesome. Yeah, I bet.
I got some more sugar.
Good.
We got Lee 1302 saying, Odin, hello friend. I wonder if that's Lily.
Oh, I don't know.
Hi Lee.
Hi Lee. Hi Lee 1302. Hi Lee February 13th. I'm not getting a... I don't think it is Lily.
I don't think so.
Looking closely at the
numbers, that makes no sense.
Yeah. There's a friend, Lee Braithwaite, who lives here locally that runs Geek Pride, a podcast. I'm not sure if he's put it in.
Oh, I was thinking episode. Other Lee.
Oh, that Lee, right. There's also the Lee that was from Smosh. He was one of the Crips, right? Yeah.
Always called him Haley, but that's not his name.
Right, but that's just the way you call him.
Hey Lee!
Hey Lee!
That's not my name!
Right.
Hi Lee.
Hi Lee.
Kaylee.
I'm sure, yeah, Kaylee. I'm sure he's just having fun with his name.
No.
Sorry, Bean.
Yeah, go step in the way of the fumes and then be mad that there's fumes.
Yeah, basically. So you got the...
I got them cut in half. I feel like they can be trimmed down more, but like that's once we kind of have both of them, we can decide how much tension, how much slack is on each one. But we have enough to work with for both. I know. I hate committing.
No, that's fine.
I'd rather have more than enough length than be like, dang, it's a little too short.
Right.
Because then that sucks.
Well, my phone hasn't gone to sleep. How much
slack is there?
Yeah, how much do you
Not
think we need?
much, really. It's just probably about that much.
I mean, I did just arbitrarily paint some yesterday. I didn't really measure it out. It's like, I think we only needed about 2 feet for the whole pack. So if I
between this and this much, we'll see.
Well, go right in the middle, or go extra. You know.
Yeah. But chop it down.
Yeah.
Let's just chop it down arbitrarily. Sorry,
yeah,
I feel like I'm doing something wrong. It's done.
Yeah.
It's right there.
I doubt you did anything wrong.
So either way, it goes about there-ish.
Yeah.
And then cut the same amount off of the other side because that's...
Because symmetry.
Right. Then which pack is which? I don't know. They're the same.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
And then so these go here.
These go here. And this... Oh wow, this one actually, since the
Glue was still
diameter is
wet?
different, so it slipped right in for me. It wasn't as
Taut.
much of a tension fit.
Yeah,
There
so
we
it
are.
definitely needs some glue.
Yeah.
Oh, this side, not that's the stabby side.
Yeah, the stabby side is going to go into the
there
foam.
you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, cleared it.
Oh, so yours had less clearance. And then this attaches to the tower. If we're looking at it, it looks pretty high up on the tower. I know you guys at home can't really see it. Pretty high up on the tower on either side of the danger thing. And the top one goes to the top part and the bottom one goes down to the cyclotron. So, and you can even see tons of super glue on the original. So we're good.
We can messily weld this.
We can messily weld this.
All right.
So my thought was, actually, do you want to poke a hole first? Or?
And then we have a place to match it to?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a smart idea. Poke it, poke it.
So about a finger down. My finger's pretty good size, but I'll put a hole there. Drop my phone.
Next to the PPD, according to Bernie Davis.
Oh, okay. I do not know what all the parts are called.
We're learning.
Yeah, but I'll fail the test.
That's okay. There's a written examination and an oral examination, and then there's a practical examination.
Okay.
Just in case nobody told you.
Great. And then, since I got the pokey thing in my hand.
You should poke both holes.
Yeah, well, I poked both holes on the PPD, but now I need to figure out. Oh, my phone rotated over. I can't see anything. There we are. I'm totally lost.
Where that other one goes.
It just goes above the bumper. So about halfway up the cyclotron, slightly above the bumper.
Okay.
That's what I see, right?
On this side, because we have this tag in there.
Right, and it's
And
above
it's
it.
just- yeah.
Because the picture's rotated relative to my icons on my phone.
Bernie Davis says they were made up by fans and made canon. So
Oh, nice.
say something with enough authority, they'll just believe you. Is what's going on.
That totally happened in Star Wars too. Half the names of the creatures were some of the ones that stuck. Very few came from the toys. Most of them came from the novels. So which are novels fans? Well, maybe not, but Ghostbusters is way cooler though.
Okay.
With the naming and sticking. Poke both holes? You're getting demonetized! Thanks, Sean.
There should have been 4 of these. You did 2.
Advixen says, so did they fill in the Odin-shaped hole that you left at the old shop yet? And do I miss the cafe? Yeah, I miss the cafe. I miss being able to hang out with Ashley like all the time. And yeah, they actually, after fish out of water, floundering for as long as it's been, they finally do have someone that moved in. They've got Green Valley Theater. They're a theater group here in Sacramento. They've rented the space to be able to use it as a rehearsal and creative space, because when they perform, they just find different venues that are open. They don't have a home. So at this point, Green Valley's basically got a home in my old spot.
Oh, nice.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah.
I feel like they could easily fill that place up easily.
Yes, they should be able to fill the place up very easily.
I just popped it in to see if you liked the placement, and
Okay.
then we could cut down the tubing after it's glued.
Yeah, okay.
And then we need these size ones for the other side, correct?
Yes, so that needs to go on
The other
on the
side once we
cyclotron.
figure out the length. But these all need to be glued into place, and then we can do that side.
So this does not go around the 1/4 inch, which is okay. And yeah, that should be fine.
Looks about right.
Yeah, and I like the bend that's in it. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just go
Yay,
with that.
it works. Cheers.
As long as there isn't some sort of Proton Pack technical manual, so Hayes breakdown manual telling us that.
You're doing it wrong. Well,
Yeah.
we do have a manual that we are not following. Thank you, Lost Wax Oz. Go check out his channel if you want to see an
Right.
actually finished Proton Pack.
Right.
But he wrote the manual.
He did. He wrote the manual we've been following up to this point.
that we've been... They were more like guidelines.
Yes, they're absolutely guidelines. That's interesting. I don't remember putting tape in the middle, or this is a section that just wore off.
Oh, I think it just chipped off. It wasn't like that earlier.
Okay.
I think it just literally chipped off.
Well, that's a bummer, but okay.
It's called character.
That's what it is.
You know, if you make enough mistakes over and over again, it becomes a pattern, and then it just disappears, and it's part of the...
Right. It won't take long, and I won't see it.
You're going to see it.
Forever and a day, yeah, but I'm going to try and tell myself I won't.
You can mask off everything and just...
What I've been considering, because the blue one is almost black in the image here, because it's coming out of the top of this guy, which... I've got this in the way, I guess. It's coming out of the top of this guy, and then running up here. It's almost black. I might just take the black paint and just smear it. You know, the same...
Yeah, so it's...
yeah.
Makes sense.
Or we just let it be blue and it just be bright colors. You know, I don't think anyone's going to fault us for it.
That's the wrong shade of salmon.
Well, all of our viewers will now because we told them, you know. But
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, thank you for noticing.
Bernie Davis says, well, you're doubling it so it takes longer. Not necessarily, not the amount of that we've been dragging our feet on this.
No, we've been dragging our feet on this.
Yeah.
There were multiple sections of this that I didn't know how to do or didn't have the funds to do for the longest time, and that caused major delays. There was more than once.
Not working on it also helps delay it, too.
Oh, it does, yeah. That helps a lot.
This piece is missing on this one, but not this one.
Yeah, I think I need to print one of those or find it. Is it in the pile over there?
I do not see it in the pile.
Okay, so yeah, I need to find it or just print another one.
Yeah, I see these pieces that we didn't end up needing.
Yeah, you said you like the big ones, so.
Yeah. But we did like these ones, which are right here. But they're already done, so why ruin something that works?
Ruins it. Ruins it.
Ruins it.
Nasty Hobbits ruins everything.
Ooh, black safety pins. Those are from Cosplay Repair, huh?
Yep. Cosplay Repair and you, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe. Well, yeah. I don't know. I might have found those. But still.
I like black safety pins. They disappear.
Yes, they do.
Smoosh and smoosh.
Smoosh and smoosh. Breathe deep. There's enough delicate little things on this. I'm suddenly kind of realizing, yeah, and I haul these around. I'm going to need to have something safe to put them in. I may end up with 2 more crates just to put individual Proton Packs in.
You do like to make packaging for your stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do. But I'm just, have mild concern over...
I switch the screen.
Oh, cool. I do have mild concern over not having stuff, break. Like, I wouldn't want to just necessarily throw this in the bottom of a bin and then throw a Mandalorian helmet on top of it. I'd hate for some of the little fiddly bits to get ruined.
Yeah. Travel.
It's going to happen.
Yep. It's going to get worn, it's going to get used, and it's going to get bumped.
Yep.
That is why at the costume shop we used to make things and then throw them on the ground and then kick them and see if they'd survive.
So that was an awesome story and an awesome idea.
Yeah.
So this run does go around the clippered valve. The clipper or clippered, whichever it is. Has it got a D on it? It's got a D on it. The clippered valve.
Yeah.
And then just connects directly to the cyclotron.
Our holes that we made.
And it's a pretty straight run. It's a pretty...
Like this
and it goes under this guy.
Under that guy.
Yeah.
There you go. Hand it over.
Okay.
Without popping it off.
Yeah, thankfully things...
And then about to there?
Yeah.
Or shorter?
That looks really good.
Okay. I will be in charge of cutting it because then if it goes wrong, it's my fault. And then match this one.
Basically, because you had cut them pretty much the same, right?
Yep.
And you put these gray pieces back over here. They're not. You don't have them set out somewhere still.
Nope, I do not have them set out. I pulled them out, put them away. Pulled them out, put them away. Pulled them out, put them away.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
This one was a tight fit on the other ones. I don't think we have to glue it into the resin piece. I think we can just smoosh it and call it good.
Okay.
As it peels the paint up. Mm-hmm. Wow, this one's not going in at all.
I did it, but I also peeled off some paint doing it.
Oh, I'm totally peeling off paint, but I'm not even getting started. There it goes. Oops. I just twisted it way too much.
Louis Cossi, what are we doing today, Brain? Narf.
Narf.
The same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Yep.
Trying to take over the world. Trying to build some Proton Packs.
Did I forget to glue? Well, I forgot to glue this one at least.
Yep.
It just came off.
Yeah, these are...
Sweet.
You glued these two in, oops, but not the tubes themselves in.
I didn't glue any of the tubes in? I thought I glued... Okay.
This tube's glued in, this tube's not glued in. It's just popped in.
Okay. Well,
and that's okay. It's easy to find out.
Yeah, it is.
Do you want this glue that I have over here?
Sure. I want one of the glues that actually
dispenses. I
don't have to have them both, but I want one of the glues that actually dispenses glue instead of the one that's managed to seal itself. Be all happy and like, you'll never abuse me again. I'm sealed shut. Now I'm going to drip it on the pack. I do not want to wipe it off with my finger. I do not want super glue in my finger.
You do not want to be that attached to this project.
I don't want to be that attached to this project. There, that's fine. All right.
Oh, Advixen says, get some wheels, put them on a proton-sized tubs, and turn them into makeshift roller luggage.
Yeah, basically. All right.
Oh, Bernie Davis is saying, as a reminder, there's a yellow tube that goes under the iron arm tower. This.
Okay.
You do have yellow tube.
But I've got tangerine tube.
Well, this tube right here is yellow.
Oh, I do have a yellow tube. Okay.
There's this tube right here.
Okay, thank you.
That's pretty yellow.
Oh, the other small yellow tube. Okay, I forgot about it. I'm just looking at pictures. You're not looking at me either. I'm just looking at pictures. I haven't got there yet. I haven't got there yet.
We got this tube connected on two ends.
Okay.
We got this connected on one.
On one end. So this is connected at two ends. Let's move this.
All right.
And then we'll do the next one.
Okay. It's connected there, but it needs to be glued there, and it needs to be glued there.
Okay, and I actually might go ahead and can we take a little bit off this one? The other one was a little too long. It was putting, I got it to set in a way that was okay, but it was putting some tension on how it was.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Tube wants to naturally go that way, so we'll work with the direction the tube wants to be because of how it came off the roll, and I'll miss what I'm gluing on.
Bernie Davis says, most people don't care if the colors are off. I prefer bright blue myself.
Okay.
Right? Color's color. Color is color. It pops more. Nobody's like excited about taupe.
You're right. So, speaking of which, talking with Neil, right,
okay.
in Colorado Springs, and he was helping to set up some of the new taking the television stations that got put in the Colorado area and a bunch of others, actually a bunch of others. Ended up being a number of stations. They wanted to be able to set up a section where the reporters could quickly do a talking head report for social media /air.
Yeah.
And they all argued about what they're going to paint the wall. And everyone's like, we'll use green screen, we'll do all this other stuff and everything else. You know, make it all fancy so you can put whatever you want behind it. And Neil said, no, you don't want to do that. That's too much work. You're going to end up having green appear later on because somebody isn't going to bother. And then more discussions, Neil said, what you want is double click gray. Just use double click gray. It's going to work with everyone's skin tone. It's going to be neutral. It's not going to look like white. And so finally one person actually went ahead and painted it because nobody would believe him. And everyone went, oh yeah, that works great. So there's now 113 news stations that have a double click gray background for single reporting, all thanks to Smosh and Odin Makes.
If it works, it works, it works, it works.
Right. So,
and this is the exact same gray we used on the Back to Black. What is the music video?
Yeah, where you had to cover everything up.
Yeah, where we had to have everything gray and then it all had to go to black.
Yes, and I think most
this shade of gray, because they were like, what shade of gray? Let's match it to the suits. No, let's not match it to the suits. It's the shade.
Yeah, we want this shade. And I think this is the hallway colors of the Sacramento Media Center. That all comes back to...
and also the outside.
Slosh. I don't think the outside's double click. I think the outside's another color.
It's the gray.
But it is the gray?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we used some of their gray, too.
Oh, okay. It is the gray then. All right.
It's the gray.
All going back to Smosh, where I hate white walls. Use this gray. It's like, okay. That's fine. That's what you want.
Isn't it like millennial gray?
It was Ryan, right? Yeah. Yeah, it probably is. I don't know.
That's the gray painted my bathroom. Honestly, I'm looking at paint colors and like staring at different shades of white.
Right.
I finally picked one.
Oh, I'm enjoying that there's a yellow tube followed immediately by paint my bathroom. Anyway, just my brain.
We do have a P tube.
We do have a P tube we need to make, and I was starting to put things together for doing that. Mm-hmm. It is 1 o'clock.
Time for mail? Do we have mail?
We have mail to open, and Lewis chimed in. He is here because Lewis sent us something.
Oh, nice. Here, I'll pull this out of the way for now.
Yeah.
Let it dry with the other guy.
So there is a good possibility that if we start opening these and looking at them, we're not going to get anything else done in the pack. Are you okay with what we did today?
Hey, we got something attached.
We got some things attached, yeah.
We got some things attached. There are less greebles in this pile.
There are less greebles in the pile, absolutely. Okay, so.
Not done this week. We do have a deadline, though, now.
We do have a deadline now, yeah, we do. But I think we'll get there. What we're opening up is still actually basically part of the project. This isn't a complete waste of time because Louis Cossey was super nice enough to run around.
It says toys on the box.
And find us these.
It says toys.
It does say toys. On the bottom? Oh, there's toys. Okay. Yes. On the side here.
Dang, $30 in postage. Thank you.
Postage.
You must really like us.
Right. Right here on the side, it says GHB Plasma Series Neutrino Wand.
Ghostbusters!
Neutrino, whatever. Anyway, he went to Ollie's. He went to 2 different Ollies in 2 different counties on dang. 2 different days to be able to find
2 different these things.
Whatever. To be able to find the wands. So we have basically finished wands. Now we can either strip the electronics out of these and put them into the ones we're trying to build.
Why ruins them to make a new ones?
Yeah, basically. We'll just go ahead and just use these. The one thing that I wanted to do, and Lewis even sent me the file for it, and I got distracted and forgot to print it. There is a updated grip that will make these more screen accurate for the 84.
Okay.
That these don't have because these I think are Frozen Empire. We'll see in a second.
Oh, I see. Where I missed. I wasn't trying to cut too deep, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't scratch it. Yay!
You didn't scratch it.
Neutrino wand.
I'll open the mummified
one. The crazy one.
Yeah, I think this is whereas this one has a shipping box, I think this one is just a retail box with
Neutrino wand.
Stuff on it. I don't know.
Look at it. It's too legit to quit. Look at that casing. On the backs of a set, you'd believe this was real.
Yep.
And I love that.
Yeah, totally. This would totally work in the background of a set.
Ooh, there's goodies in there.
Oh, is there goodies in there? Yeah, this is why I've been waiting. These have been sitting for a couple of weeks because, our schedules didn't line up. And I was specifically wanting to wait for you to be here to open these up. Because I knew that you would get a huge kick out of this and that the 2 of us opening them up together would probably be a lot more fun than me just doing it by myself.
Mighty Guitar Mod says, complete waste of time? Does that mean there's an incomplete waste of time? My life. When he said secure the riggings, he took it literally. Secure the riggings. Nope.
Nope.
I think you have to cut it
yeah.
somewhere.
I'm just trying to not cut the box.
Right.
For whatever reason.
Because it's a cool box.
It is a cool box.
It's too legit.
It's yeah.
As I throw everything everywhere. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Okay, look what I found.
What did you find?
Glasses.
Oh, you found safety glasses. Good. I'm glad the safety glasses survived the trip to the floor. There we go. It's like Christmas. So this one still has the Oni on it. That's kind of cool. Which is also taped on. Spengler's neutrino wand. Well, that's kind of cool. The
Right?
the labels looks like the name patch.
It does.
All right. Do we want to just open up one or download it?
You should open them both up because look at there's goodies.
Oh, there is goodies. Extra stuff. Oh, I'm definitely glad I waited. All right, so this one is retail correct.
So it's like an unboxing.
So this is, yeah, unboxing.
This has been opened before, but it's filled with goodies.
Yeah, which is way cool. I am not upset with that at all.
Do you want to do
Extra
the
bits and
overhead view
pieces?
so they can see what's in here?
Sure.
Here, we can put them like this. Camera forward. Yeah.
Interesting, there's this extra bit of tape here, I guess, to help with Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, they're so cute. He's so angry.
Oh, so it's a terror dog?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They're not just like germs. These are legit Ghostbusters.
This is a muncher.
plushies. Okay, yeah, he was from, okay.
Got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Right, the
And
muncher.
Slimer. Look how cute they are. They're so angry and adorable. I love it.
Adorably angry.
Right?
No, they're awesome.
I think those can be hung from the belt.
Heck yeah. Hang those from anything.
Here's the receipt.
Oh, good.
In
Need
case you
that.
need to return it.
Not being returned, but I believe he intentionally included the receipt, so because I am paying him back. These are not a gift. So give you the receipt for taxes.
You know, ours are not half bad. I am just going
No,
to say.
that's gonna be the fun part is comparing these to ours. Absolutely.
Because look at this. This is not bad.
No, that's not bad.
Like, not bad at all.
No, you can't see there. Okay.
Our incomplete one
Our incomplete one.
compared to their complete one, they're not. I'm pretty proud.
I'm actually really excited about the plushies.
Their buttons are bigger. Ooh, they're clicky. I like how clicky. Good clicks.
Good clicks. Those legit switches.
Yeah, like ours. Ours are legit switches.
Oh, this is
Oh,
way
look at
cool.
the rust is real.
Oh, on ours, yeah, the rust is real.
Yeah, no, I like these clicky switches very much. So the question is, do they need batteries and do they light up?
I believe your answer is yes to both. But since I had never unwrapped them and I didn't bother to look it up online beforehand, I don't know what type of batteries they need. However, their batteries are pretty close, so I can get them pretty quickly and easily, I think.
Do you think these V-hooks are compatible with his V-hooks?
No. We'll have to replace the V-hook with
Ralph's?
Ralph's. Thank you. Man, I got stuck on totally the wrong name. Sorry, Ralph.
So batteries go here?
I
No.
think they go here.
Where?
I think they go here, where the
Oh, it has
canister goes.
needs a little screwdriver.
Yeah, 3AA or LR6. Okay. So yeah, I'll go fetch 6 AA's and I'll get you a number 1 Phillips screwdriver.
Nice.
Here, I'll let you
Get into that.
get into that.
Put this on the back. think it blends in well. Okay, let's see. Hello, James Allen. This one's too big.
That was too big? Oh, well, that's surprising. I thought the
I think I actually need a flat blade because look at this thing. It looks stripped to me, doesn't it?
From here, I can't tell. But here's a little flat blade.
Okay.
It's one of those. You're telling me I'm just going to trust you.
There we go.
Hope you don't mind if I just... I'm just going to trust you.
That is all right. Remember that one time that I had all of them all mixed up in the same project? Fun times.
Barely. So it looks like we have an adapter piece to be able to attach. Yeah, cool. So we have an adapter piece to be able to attach the hose for the wand to go to the pack. So they gave us that beforehand.
Okay.
Do not know what that is. I need to look at the instructions. And these, since they're all unpainted, I think these are all...
There you go.
Okay. Oh, nice.
You got no Garza saying, the man, the myth, the legend, Odin. I can butcher anybody's name.
Thank you. Hello, No Garza. James Ellen. Hello, James. Now we need to make 2 more Proton Packs for those wands. Yes. Okay. Yeah, these are all just the...
Here's the...
Oh, they're actually keyed. They only go on one way. Oh, look at that. Look at them be all smart about how they put it together. That goes there. This one goes here.
Is that the display stand?
Yeah, this is the display stand. This is the unpainted display stand, which I am very okay with. Oh, this goes here. Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Wait, did it go in? Did I put the batteries in correctly? Sorry, I'm
You're okay.
pulling it off because I don't think...
That's okay. I'm tempted to just go ahead and put the adapter thing on because we know we're going to put the hoses on. It doesn't need to be an independent piece.
Okay.
In
Go
my
for it.
opinion. That is not an unreasonable... Okay. That is not an unreasonable V-clip, but yeah, we'll definitely put Ralph's on.
Right? It looks like it could work with his.
Yeah, and I like the fact they have the belt hook on here too.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah.
You can secure it multiple ways.
Yes, you can. Oh, help if you actually put the batteries into the battery holder, Odin.
Did I put them in correctly is the question.
I'm getting all excited
Sorry.
ahead of myself.
Thought it went this way. Does it?
I put the batteries in correctly, didn't I?
That's what I was checking.
I mean, I put the batteries into the holder correctly. Or did you check that too? Okay.
That's what I was double checking on. 'Cause,
Okay, good.
you know, you want it to work.
Yeah, I was expecting it to work.
Well, before I screw it in. Screw it in and see if it...
You gotta figure out which one's the on button.
Yeah, where's the on off? You know? Found it.
I think you found it.
It works. Okay, I can tighten it up. Gotta line those screws up.
Ah, Bernie's saying, yeah, there's a certain order it works to get it fully working. Lewis says, that V-hook sucks. Yeah, it looks like it does.
Well, good thing we got...
Oh, this is cool. This actually isn't that heavy, too.
Right. Here, you need that?
Yeah, we'll definitely keep that aside. Now I put the I put the adapter on.
Oh, on the end as opposed to this thing?
Yeah, well, it looks like it came with a battery cover, and it had a replacement battery cover that's got the adapter for the corrugated tube to attach to.
Okay, well then let's put that one on.
Okay, it's in your bag of parts, which may still be in your retail box. It was in the bag that had all the display stand stuff in it.
No display stand in this one.
Oh, really?
Really?
That one's missing the display stand. Okay.
No display stand, no extra tubies.
That's why it's open. Okay, well then, we'll just have to alter one of these to do this. Big deal.
Oh, here, look, just do that. No.
We could just do that. We could probably just, we can make it work.
Okay, well this one doesn't have those parts.
Does the extender? No. Oh. Oh, interesting.
Don't cross the streams. Do you think you're going to get in trouble for these copyrighted sounds? I like that it has a rumble pack.
Yeah.
It has a built-in rumble pack.
It has a built-in rumble pack,
so
yeah.
it feels like it's doing something. That is fun.
Yeah, and it's got a build-up. Is it going to overload?
How did yours go pop out of the top? Oh.
Although interesting for me, I can't get mine to stay. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's what this was. Someone was telling us about that this little piece was the... Sorry, I reached over and grabbed it. Should have just let you do it. No, is this...
Louis Cossi is one missing parts. One doesn't have this display stand piece.
And this little piece.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. Because ultimately, all we're really missing is the adapter piece for the attaching the tube, and that's something we can fabricate from one of the now 2 spare battery packs.
I like that the rumble pack is going. Like,
yeah.
Even though I'm not pushing anything, it feels like it's a live machine.
And this seems to be a rumble adjustment knob.
Oh yeah, it makes it more intense and less intense. That is super cool. These have all the bells and whistles. It's too legit to quit.
Oh.
Oh, I turned it all the way up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, this has got way more going on.
Kind of soothing sounds of the beach.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, so that... super cool. Push the orange button to change mods. Oh, okay. Modes. Or mods. Okay. Yeah, we haven't read the instructions at all yet. If you guys hadn't noticed, it's the first time I've ever got to touch one of these. Yeah, this is great. So we turn on the email, you turn on the loop, you turn on the activate. Okay. And then this changes the mods. I'm not familiar, so that must be something I just haven't seen yet. And then got the green thing to...
Green is slime, blue is dark matter, yellow is
Mason Collider.
Oh, there
Red
you
is
go.
Proton Blast.
Oh, so it changes the color of the light.
Okay, so I've
green,
got
blue,
dark
yellow,
matter,
red.
Okay. Oh, the noise has changed.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's okay.
this is awesome. This is too much fun.
Yeah.
And then look at this guy's face.
Oh, yep. That's slime. Okay. Yeah, that's the one I want. Oh, these are cool. Lewis, thank you so much for going literally the extra mile to find these. This is way cooler than I thought I would be.
Right?
I mean, yeah, I was excited about them coming. Here, you can play at the stand if you want, which is exciting, right? I was excited about them coming. I was excited about them. Yeah, there you go. Basically, just being done.
Right?
Oh, cool. It's got a I'm not being touched cooldown. Yeah. We've said this for years, and I've always trying to go the hard route because the whole idea is Odin Makes. But honestly, if you can buy it, buy it.
Right? Well, that's the whole thing. Like, if we could, we would. But
Yeah.
usually that wasn't an option. That's why we didn't.
True.
It was either not an option or not in our price point. But I had
Usually
other
it's
things
not
that
in
could.
our price point. Like, I know with Smosh, they wanted to have the Aperture Science Portal gun, and to buy that, it was like a $400 toy. And ultimately, I believe Ryan saved over a couple of different budgets in order to be able to get it.
Yeah.
But
I remember we did the Assassin's Creed. I asked for the toy.
yeah,
Because I'm like, I don't have the brain space to just...
to make the hidden blade work.
Well, well, I saw Jackie had done it the year before with the Assassin's Creed, and hers were resin and really well done, but they were just falling apart on set because the filming things that they needed versus the details they needed.
Right.
And so I just asked them for the toy,
Yeah.
and it made life a whole lot easier, and everybody was happy.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They had all the resin cast and really nicely done props for the first few episodes, even the first season, that were constantly in need of being repaired.
Mm-hmm.
The show was already popular in Japan, but it got so popular in America that the toys were coming over, and they were close enough. The prop guys would slightly repaint them, so all the following seasons of Mighty Morphin, anyway, they had the toys on
Nice.
set because they were more durable. They required less
I would
effort.
do it. I
Yeah.
100% would do it. I am not above it. Yeah.
And looking at Jason, I think Jason was the name of the White Ranger from the Space Rangers. He had a banner of himself in the background with pictures, and one of the blasters that he had or whatever, I'm looking at it going, wow, that's that's not clean. I don't know how to put it. It's like I don't want to say that's cosplay level. Well, it's not, because cosplay level can be really, really good, but the bits and pieces weren't straight. There was large globs where seams went together, and the bits weren't cut straight. His oversized handguard tapered slightly, but not artistically. And it's just like, huh.
Hey, it was done and they used it.
It was done and they used it. And the amount of time you see it on screen as opposed to getting to look at it blown up, static, was fine. You probably never see it. I have not watched Power Rangers Space
People
at all.
seem to have strong opinions about the orange tip on this wand.
I was looking at that. There is an orange tip in the wand because of federal regulations, and I'm sure everyone's got a big concern about that. It is a soft vinyl tip.
They're saying paint it silver.
Paint it silver? I'm not against just peeling it off. Painting it silver is what everyone says. Just don't take olive loaf to a con. You'll get flagged. Okay. There's a story there. Baloney. Okay, baloney is difficult and safe. Alright, gotcha. Press and hold the trigger for overload sounds. Yeah, I think I did that earlier. There it is. There we are, alright.
That lights up, that's cool. And that lights up, and that's cool. And there's a light there. Look at all those extra lights, because we didn't have a light there, but we were planning on lights there.
Right.
And we had a spot for that light, but we didn't.
It's not. Oh. I pressed the button too soon. It wasn't firing yet. Waiting for it to overload. Oh, there it is. Nice. Yeah, nice, Lewis. Thank you so much. Lewis says, yeah, the orange tip is a child safety issue. It's not a man-child safety issue. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Paint it silver. Okay, well, it's a funky... It might be vinyl. I think a whole lot of paper and masking tape, and we'll hit it with the black car stuff, and then we'll hit it with silver, and it should stick fine.
Okay, there you go.
It's just gonna take some effort. Yeah, this is way cool.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna call?
And totally, yeah, swap out. We'll have to drill some holes, but swap out Ralph's V-hooks for these. Yeah.
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 We have the sticker kit for this, but we don't need it.
No, we don't now, do we?
Here's the stickers. Sticker, sticker, sticker.
Right.
Slow blow, slow blow. Yeah.
I love the molded in weld lines.
Yeah, see, we have those stickers.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're pretty legit on this.
So what Lewis was telling me was the this type of grip and the wood grip is not accurate for 84, and so he sent me a 3D printable file to replace those.
Oh, nice.
With, of course, we have the ones we made. We can always put on too.
Bernie Davis used Rub and Buff.
Oh, okay. Well, I can try that. Yeah, I agree, Dan. It's a federal ruling, so I could see why Hasbro's going on the safety side. So Dan's saying that this should never need an orange tip because it's a zappy zap weapon. Yeah. And it never fired an actual projectile, but I can totally see lawyers getting in the way of something like this.
Yeah, but the thing is if you point this at a person.
Right.
It could be a banana.
It could be a banana. Yeah.
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 You don't point things at people.
The whole red tip thing came about. Remember laser tag?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody got killed pointing laser tag in a dark room at a police officer.
Yeah.
And so that's why we have orange tips on everything, because
and it makes
a
sense.
space gun that doesn't look like any kind of real firearm, and it was oversized at its time.
Like I said, a banana.
Yeah, a banana.
All right. I'll be right back after one.
That's fine. We still have half an hour. That's cool. This is way cool. And it is really cool, like Felicia's saying, comparing this to the one that Lost Wax did. Yeah, the body in the Lost Wax one is just a little bit wider, but this is really cool. This is really, 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 really cool. And the ghost plushies are really cool. Thank you, Lewis. This is super cool. I'm glad I waited and to be able to play with this with Felicia here. Are these serialized numbered, or is that just a 631? No, that's just what the numbering they put on it. Cool. Yep. Cool. Just cool. Happy. Bet I can get a piece to go onto this. Yeah, this is gonna be that big of a deal. Okay. Oh, interesting. Ad Vixen says, throw it in the pizza oven to make a proper New York tool. They originally were silver. They changed after a year. Interesting. So the original ones were silver. Just my opinion. No, I agree with you, Dan, that weapons that never fired bullets in the first place should be fine. The Trono ones are zappy zaps. No, you're right. Cut off the fake tape part. Oh, okay. You have to cut off the fake tape part? Oh, I see. Oh, is this, oh, that is a vinyl. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Tempted. For the time being, modifying this is low priority. The fact that it's done, it rumbles, it lights up, it makes noise, it does all the stuff that we're listing off as wish items. It even does more than we were planning on doing, because it does that bit, which we were not planning on doing. So, yeah, way cool. And, all right, I guess the next question is, how do they look compared to our packs? I didn't need nearly as much of that thicker tube. That's a Proton Pack. How does it look? Well, it looks like a Proton Pack. Well, that's probably kind of the point, right? That was what we were going for. Yeah, super happy with this. This is way cool. When I take the pack to Kaboom Con, I'm 100% going to take, at the state it's in, the neutrino, neutrina, yeah, now I want to say the old dog food. I can't remember what it's called now. I want to take the one we made too. Because, to me, it's really cool that we were on the right path and that we were going to have something that was going to be absolutely fine. And, yeah, that's way cool. So I'll definitely be bringing this. I don't think I'll be finishing it. I might throw a little, no, I'm not going to do anything to it. But yeah, all this will be going to Kaboom Con and probably end up going to SAC Anime. So this is really cool. I do not anticipate having a ghost trap, a gizmo. I might have goggles. Yeah, I'll have goggles by then. But I don't anticipate having a ghost trap or a gizmo or those things on the suit. But I'm gonna have. We'll be able to have a jumpsuit. We'll be able to have a belt. We'll be able to have. We'll have ecto goggles because Ace is sending us some. I'll 100% be wearing those. Plus, I plan on trying to make some for a workshop. So yeah. It's cool. All right, so what's the next easy thing I can... This is cool. Thank you, Lewis. Everyone, big round of applause for Lewis, please, in chat. Oh, okay, so the blue one, I can see in this picture. The blue one's going to come off of this angle bit here. Just going to severely mash the cable as much as I can. Now, if he hasn't said it in chat, I'm thinking about this. I'm pretty sure Dan is doing mod from out of the country. Aren't you still traveling, Dan? I appreciate you trying to be a moderator here on the live stream while you're, abroad. That's very, very cool. Yeah, okay. So all we're going to do, because all this is... Yeah, once again, you can see the epoxy on the original one. I'm going to have a little bit of blue tube that comes off of this guy here. So it comes off of this guy. A little blue tube, and it comes up to this resistor up here, which thankfully these are both foam. So this is easy to get stuff to attach to. And then there's a secondary little blue piece that comes off the top and up to the top. But I'm only going to worry about the piece in here first. Okay, so I need some blue.
Leaving it right?
Yep, for now. We can always add, it isn't weathered anyway. And we're getting told by anybody else who's been doing this and is actually part of a group, 100% is an authority. So, because I am not part of a group, and if people don't care, then I'm not going to either.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, hello there.
Hi.
So you ran off for a costume change.
It's getting into the spirit.
No pun intended.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. I was just still, we're still on it. Sorry, didn't realize I hadn't cut back to 1 there, but
it's okay.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to work with the blue tubes, and so.
Oh, it's just felt.
It's
so
just felt.
Centered.
There's a centered piece of Velcro that's barely glued on.
Yeah.
Well, it is a.
It is a costume.
It is a
I'm
costume.
not complaining. It's
No.
a great costume.
Yeah, it's all.
These padding have padding in them.
Actually have padding in them. Nice.
Yeah, so not bad.
Very cool.
Just getting in the,
Yeah, getting into it.
Who are you gonna call?
Felicia.
We're up to Phoebe now.
We're up to Phoebe now?
Yeah. Who you call these days?
Oh, okay. Who are you calling these days? Phoebe. Okay.
Phoebe.
All right. So this is cool. I'm super excited about this. This is.
It's almost done. We got to get it. Rest the greebles.
We got to push it past the finish line. Attached to the Alice pack.
And batteries wired up.
Yeah. And out of everything out of that, with the rest of the greebles, which would include the V-hook, right? Attaching it to the Alice pack is probably the scariest at this point.
Oh yeah, that's the thing we're getting hooked up on.
Yeah, but
because we need to figure out where we're going to do.
Right. Alice pack. Lewis is here, and Cargan, and everyone else is here. When I was in Colorado as well, got to talk to their Ghostbusters, and they showed me a little 3D printed thing they had hanging on their packs. And I actually asked about it because it's like, well, what's that? That's not a part that I'm familiar with. And so what they had was this guy hanging off the bottom of the Alice pack. Sorry, it's portrait. Perfect for this. So this is a little 3D printed part. And that one's a little further away. It's a little harder to tell, but you can see where his scoops are and everything else on this one. But anyway, so going back to the close-up. I'm going to point at the screen like the people at home can see it. It's a little loose hanging foot, and what it does is when you set the pack down, that becomes 2 back feet, and the pack is able to support itself without a stand. Yeah, it's a built-in stand.
That is awesome.
Which I thought was really cool. Yeah, and I suppose it's an easy to find 3D printable part.
Oh, nice.
And it comes in 2 pieces. The socket screw you saw in there is practical, so it holds the 3D print together.
Okay.
But it's like, that's great, and I like that plan. Lewis did send me the plans to 3D print the pack display case that most of the guys, or display rack. There's like a rack that's modeled after, correct me if I'm wrong, it's modeled after the HasLab display pack. So we could always print that to display these with. But that made sense too.
That's easier.
You take it off and you set it down and it stands.
I'm pro that.
Yeah, I'm very pro that too. I thought that was really cool.
DJ Stumpy says, "Hi Felicia, have you any plans for your behind the scenes channel?" As of right now, I am focusing on my new job that I got, and that's been a lot of intense training. So when things kind of slow down and get to more normalized and not all brand new, I may start up again. But as of right now, that is just on hold in the back of my brain. So
okay,
thank you guys for caring. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Because it's been I haven't done it this year.
Okay, it's all right.
Yeah.
I took some time off.
January, February, March, going into April, May, June.
April, May, June, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, all good.
Yeah.
You know, if work doesn't hate it, you can always do it really quick from work. No one at home is going to be upset.
Nah, I don't think work is nobody has marrow machines.
Fair enough, but it's nobody has marrow machine, whatever.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. You know what you do, I find very interesting. And
it's been a lot of intense. Like I've been learning the formulas, the mathematics behind why we do it at what compression, for what reasons, and what's the important part versus not the important part. And I even had to figure out how to make it work for me. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
So. A lot of intense training this last month and a half.
Not bad.
And then I'm on my own. So it is what it is what it is. And then I have other side projects that just pop up out of nowhere. Don't get your finger.
Actually, you're right. I'm actually more worried about the ribbon cable, to be totally honest.
I know, but I'm like, I see your finger right in there.
Oh, my finger's right up against the bit, yeah.
Careful, it might bit it.
What's funny is I'm drilling out what the foam, right? But that's fine. And then a piece needs to come off the top. If I remember right, this is just solid, yeah.
Aren't you glad we didn't put a plastic piece there?
Kinda.
Because that would have been this.
Yeah, but it would have had
It has a hole.
It has a hole.
It does have a hole.
So my plan, such as it is, there's, I know we're still in this close-up. Basically, it just sticks in, which I should be able to just glue it and then give it a twist and stick it in here. But I also need to put a little bit of the corrugated on the ends of this because it's kind of got that strain relief, cable strain relief look to it.
Everybody knows your password now.
Oh, yeah, I suppose they do.
Just put it on the interwebs.
I suppose they do. That's fine. I could change it. I'm not going to. Yeah, no, it's basically just the 1/4-inch corrugated tubing. It's not even that like end of guitar cable strain relief stuff. So
a little bit of this.
Yeah, a little bit of this stuff
on each end.
Which I should still have plenty of it because I got 10 feet of it. Should be enough. I don't think there's any more long runs with this.
Ad Vixen says, hiatus is cool. You can always sew over here for the jumpsuit and keep the Ghostbusters live streams going till Christmas.
We can keep the Ghostbusters live streams going forever.
Right? It's a stream that never ends.
Yeah, it's 100% what this is.
Bernie Davis says, yeah, standing the pat can be a pain.
Yeah, that's what he was showing me.
Louis Cossey says, seen, don't have. Where is the STL file?
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think the guy in Colorado specifically sent it to me, but it was a Thingiverse file, I think. Don't know. I have to look for it. Louis has sent me a bunch of other files, so.
Yeah, he gives us some good stuff to work with.
Oh yeah, he has. So if I can find it and then get it to him, I'm 100% happy and willing to do that. I'm going to take the longer one and put a little 45 on it because it looks like that's what they did. Yeah, that's fine. And then that's the one that's got the Sharpie on it.
Louis Cossey, Ghostbusters is a rabbit hole financially.
Yeah, I bet
Aren't
it is.
all the hobbies?
Yeah.
Isn't it cheaper to make it? No. No. This is not about the price.
Right. Oh yeah, that's a great fit. I mean, again, I could see why they used split loom as opposed to this, which is not split loom, because that is
tricky.
A very tight fit. So there are two. It's a little out of focus.
There you go.
But I've got this is non-split 1/4 inch, right? And it's tight enough I can compress it and it stays.
Nice.
But you can see in other photos that the original props use split. So whatever. Oh, I don't want to have. I don't want to have that much sticking through. I don't need to have that much sticking through.
Just enough to hold it tight.
Yep. And then one goes on the other end too.
Did you cut it at that angle for a reason?
Yeah, because the piece we're putting it into is on an angle.
Makes sense. I assumed that there was a reason because they were both like that.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm looking at this end bottoms out because it only goes as deep as I drilled it out. So I think I'll glue that in first. And this one, if I have slack, I can just push it more into the danger zone. Yeah, I'm way excited. I was excited that they came out. I was excited that Lewis found some. And I was excited.
Done.
They both showed up. And I'm even more excited now that I got to touch them. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I got super glue all over the place. There we go.
It is supered and glued, and you are now attached to this project.
Oh, 100% I glued. It's like thinking to myself, yeah, super glue is great to your thing. Yeah, it does. And skin. Missed.
mist.
It is a mist. I missed with my mist.
Your mist.
Yeah.
You gotta pull the drill back out. Or
Yeah.
this side.
Okay. Just give me this a second to
Set up, yeah.
Yeah, to set up. Tension's still going to make it wobble around. That's okay. I just want to give it as much of a chance as I can. Hopefully I didn't get any dangerous close to hitting you. Did I pick that up? Oh, okay, good. As soon as I picked it up and turned my back, it's like, oh, did I just put the Proton Pack into Felicia's face? I do have more...
Copper tubing.
Yeah, I think there's brass tubing over there too, I
Right
think.
here.
It's a different size, but it should be fine. Come on. You're right. Is drilling foam overkill? Yes, it is, but it's fun to do. What do you see?
I was just reading the comments.
Haven't seen any Ghostbusters here merch-wise, but some Star Wars stuff. Nice. Yeah, Dan's in Japan right now. Hey, Dan, you see any Godzilla stuff?
Did you meet Godzilla himself yet?
Yeah, did you meet Godzilla himself yet?
What do you need?
I was afraid the drill's gonna fall. It didn't.
Oh, good.
Am I not letting you play enough?
No, it's
Am
fine.
I doing too much? Okay.
Nope, you are fine. I am just kind of space cadetting out right
Okay.
now.
Well, it's the very end of the stream. I'm going to space to get it pretty hard myself here in just a minute.
Ready for a nap and start floating.
Yep. Yep. It's going to be lunch and space cadet for the rest of the day. Because we're
We're getting there.
We're
We've got
getting
about
there.
15
Okay.
minutes left, a little less.
I'm not trying to rush it.
That's okay. Yes, lots of Godzilla stuff.
Oh, cool.
Blade to thumb technique, I see.
Yeah. Well, I got fiddly bits of foam and I'm pushing the foam against my finger.
I'm teasing you.
Okay.
I was just giving you shit. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Here, let me mansplain what I'm doing. Sorry.
Oh, keep the wand tips in so they don't break these things away.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're still on.
Can we
I
turn them?
just put them in the background so we had space for this.
Yeah.
Don't want to break them.
No, don't want to break them.
Nope, we just got them and they're done and they don't need any work, so why make them?
Yeah. Super excited. Trying to get it to behave.
No, I safety pinned it so it'd be smaller so that it's not so.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it needs a gather
really-
in the back or something.
There is elastic in the back. I'm just little.
Yeah,
That's all.
I think it just needs more. Yeah.
Yep.
I was very much thinking through what would need to be done to it to make it fit you. Not that,
Yeah, just a little tighten
Yeah.
the elastic. Probably
Right.
open the casing and pinch it.
Cool. I have the exact opposite problem usually. Well, there's not enough fabric here. There's too much Odin. Yeah, unless Odin wants to talk about Sadie Cinema some more. So, down to the last 10 minutes. Was that just last stream? Or is that like a month and a half ago?
I haven't been here in a while. Feels like a month and a half ago.
Started talking about 80s cinema and comparing, wacky, goofy 80s movies to other things, and just rambled for like another half hour on it. I think that the stream ended at like 2:30 and I was hoarse. It was great. It was fun. I hope you guys weren't annoyed with that. But yeah. Hey, has anybody bothered to see my science project since? All right.
I think these guys are cool.
Those guys are very cool. Those guys were a surprise and are very cool.
I like their angry faces. It's so adorable.
Oh, so it's got a... And we have some, right? It's got a brass bit that pokes out.
Unless you want the shorter one. No, it's the longer one. And it even has that little logo right there in the middle.
Yeah, I think the fellow who made this part changed the name on it to be his. It's Q-Pack instead of what the original manufacturer was. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. So that goes there. Okay, I should find a different picture because what I'm looking at... Get out of the way, Proton Pack. I want to talk about a Proton Pack. Yeah, so I'm looking at trying to make the little bit on top. So I've got a 3D printed part I can use for this brass piece. I could also cut off an actual piece of brass. I've got that too. So one or the other will work. But I need to scroll and find a picture for how this part up here is set on. I can see what part it is. I can see it's facing away from the camera. We could totally just do this and make it work. But I'm going to go ahead and look to see if I can't find a better picture of just that. Is there the brass tubes lying over there? Is there one that just fits over this tube? Is there one that's got a 1/4-inch ID?
This one?
Yeah, that one. Is that one over there?
But it's only hold on one side and not the other.
Oh, this is a drilled out rod? Or...
I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, this is all a bunch of stuff left over from Duffy, so... That's the only one big enough?
Yeah, the other one's too small.
Okay.
And I don't... That's a glue stick down there.
What's this?
Oh, a little piece that I didn't realize was actual metal.
That's okay.
Jeez, plastic gets warm real quick.
Yes, it does. That's why I'm not a fan of it.
I mean polyester, but it's basically plastic.
It's plastic. It's okay. That's my... I think I would rather cut this in half with the
jewel
tubing
saw.
cutter.
Oh, you have a tubing cutter. Cool.
And just use it instead of the 3D printed part. Do you want to cut the tube in half or do you want to scroll for a better picture? I
was reading comments.
That's actually better. You can read comments. You can do whichever of the three you want while I don't give you this part. But you can have this part if you want it. I mean, I don't care.
No worries. But I see what you're doing with that.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. That's seen better days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes me feel very good about our parts.
Exactly. It makes me feel very good about our parts. There's that much epoxy on that one. All right.
Could totally leave this in the basement or in the garage and let it get that layer of filth on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not at all worried about the dust and crap that we have on ours.
The grime, the bumps. Yeah. Goggle says, hey, Odin and Felicia. Hello,
hey, Goggle.
Mighty Guitar Mods. It was a while back. It wasn't last stream.
It was a while back. Okay.
That's
the 80s rant.
Dan does junks. All my ads are in Japanese. LOL.
That's awesome. Apparently Dan knows a little bit of it. Or at least recognizes some of it.
Something like that.
I know there's a place called the Godzilla Store, which is like the official Toho whatever. And I was just last night, Chelsea and I were looking at some of the Godzilla monster books that are exclusive to that store.
Okay. Yeah.
Which apparently run about $7 US. It's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's just a history and good reference pictures, making of pictures of all the different Godzilla monsters. Each book has its own monster. There's like 80 books.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I like tangible reference images, and books were one of the best. Now we have
usually is
screens, which as good as they are, I get so distracted. Like
I
have a treatment I need to print out because looking at it on the screen is not the same as looking at a printed out version.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's wastes too much ink, so I'm not printing it out.
Right. And other issues with, I'm not going to mark up my screen like I can a printed out.
Although you can make marks, notes, and other things with technology. So
anyway, those will get mashed in there somehow.
Does it need a new Bluetooth tube?
Yeah, we'll need a new Bluetooth cut. But even if you wanted to just mash the
pre-mash it in, so that
first pre-mash it in, you can even try gluing it, pre-mashing it in, and
there you go. But I don't want to smoosh it in when I'm trying to get the thing in there, and then pop it in where I can't get it out.
Gotcha. Well,
okay. But I think it's fine like that.
That's fine. Yeah, you can probably.
And this is the other side.
You're in danger of super gluing your finger, but you're welcome to just super glue it in now. I don't think it's going to be that critical. Oh, okay. Here's the yellow tube he's talking about.
Oh, here we go. Here's this one.
Nice. Oops. Well, there it was. It's all good.
Existed at
yeah,
one point.
it did exist at one point. It's all good.
I don't know where it went.
I spy with my little eye because you're really good at that.
Apparently not. I said it, and now I'm not.
You're fine. I am totally teasing because I could, but yeah, it's just that. All right, dude. Whoever I know, I can look it up. Whoever took the pictures of the Bill Murray pack did a really thorough job of what he could get to, or she, and it's very very cool. There you go.
There you go. They them. This is crazy.
I guess Amazon dropped something off.
Oh, here, found it. Aha!
Good.
And I am a ghost.
And you are a ghost.
I am. Are you alive? Oh, you are not a ghost.
I'm not a ghost? Okay.
You are not a ghost. I am a ghost.
All right. Yeah, that's good. That's going to work fine. Okay,
right,
so...
This one goes in here. Ah!
I've got plenty of blue, so let's just cut this.
Where are those pliers you just had?
These?
Thank you. I will get some super glue in here.
Okay. Whichever.
The one that works.
Both of these thankfully do at the moment. It's the angry crow noise the Amazon truck makes.
Sharpshot FX EFX says, my biggest problem with the Spirit PKE meter is they didn't get the sounds right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you'd think that would be one of the things that should be the easiest to do. Out of designing the whole toy and designing everything to make it all work and look right, you would think licensing the sound along with it, that should just be part of the base contract is all you guys got to do. I wonder if it's the right sound. They just didn't take into account how it's going to sound with the little speakers that are in it. And so it's got, I don't know, it's probably just not the right sound.
Tis what it is.
Yeah.
But I like our little speaker idea. Well, Shop Gremlin's little speaker idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We'll definitely...
use that in all future cosplays that need sound effects.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like that we have portable speakers. We live in the future.
Yes, we do.
I love technology.
And this doesn't have any strain relief on it. It is just this. Okay.
All right, they are glued in.
They're glued in. Nice.
Nice and messily, as in canon.
Excellent. Okay.
Oh, this is not this lid. This is that lid. Where is oh, this is this lid. Okay. It looked like it should be that one, but...
And then I needed to flare the tube a little, so I'd use the needle nose point to smash into the tube to flare it out, and that made it big enough to fit over the end of the resin printed part. So that's what I was doing with that. In case anybody
Strictly
cared.
Games is here saying, hey guys, how is it going?
Hey Strict, doing well. We actually, with some friends over last night, we just watched the Minecraft you and I maze video again on your channel. That was fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, Shock Roman and I, mostly Shock Roman, made a giant maze in their area on Minecraft that takes up an entire Minecraft map.
Oh, dang.
And so, I had never play tested it. They did, but I had never had. So when Strict was like, "Hey, let's do a thing," it's like, "Oh, we got a thing!" And so this Minecraft map. It's a big, goofy labyrinth maze. It's one block right? But there's 6 or 7 areas that have a command block that if you press it, something happens. Could be something good, could be something bad. Like some of it just gives you stacks of cooked meat so you can replenish your health. One of them summons like 6 zombies. One of them literally turns the floor into lava.
Okay.
So yeah, it's fun.
Nice. Sharp Shot at EFX says the old Spirit Packs had that weird flashing sound when you fired them. I'm glad they updated it for the life-size ones.
Oh, good. Okay.
And Bernie Davis says the proper PKE sounds come from the mini PKE novelty desk toy.
Huh. That didn't heat up much at all. This is heat resistant.
And these don't get that hot. They're great for foam because it's not going to burn your foam, but it's not.
Yeah, this heat gun doesn't get that hot. It won't burn the foam. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the tube is fairly heat resistant. I was trying to heat it up just to give it a tighter coil, and it's not really reacting.
Affected by the heat.
No.
Honestly, that's like a summer day here.
Yeah.
It's great for foam, like I said, but it's not like a hot. I feel like my blow dryer gets hotter sometimes. Like, I'm not worried about burning myself.
Right. You can, but you have to put effort into it.
Yeah. Like my blow dryer at home.
Yeah, okay.
Setting the curl now?
Yeah, trying to see if I can't get a tighter curl, but you know, it's hot. It's heated, right? It's warm, but it's not necessarily
ice bath. Psh.
Right. The thing is, we're going foam into foam. Here's an issue with using a real world tension item with foam into foam. The tube, because of its length and its curl, may be stronger than the foam we're sticking everything into.
Yeah, this is a strong.
So that's my concern. And now this isn't holding the coil I want. So I've got 2 options. I've got a little bit of
wire to stick into it.
I got a little bit of this wire left, which I don't know how much I need for other things, but I guess I could probably find another bit of hanger. So if we put coat hanger wire inside of this, that should help.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I think that's a good fix.
Okay.
Stronger than pipe cleaner.
By far. And I don't have any other easy wire right here in front of me. So.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's straight now.
Ralph Mork says, burning myself. Now that never happens.
Never happens. No, I'm sure Ralph never burns himself.
Hi, Bean. Oh, look at that. Holds it. I think that worked.
Not cough into your face.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So it wants to go out of the piece you did and up here somewhere. So how close is that? And do we need to take any off?
Probably shorten it ever so slightly. You have to unlock it. I didn't peek on when you did your code for everybody to see.
Bryce knows. So it's got a pretty decent hump. Pretty decent bump going up. Actually, that's probably okay. Only, like I say, probably take a little bit off.
Well, thinking if we... Is that where you think it is?
Yeah, kind of. I think I'm being real hair splitting here now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. While we can, let's do it.
Okay. I'm really afraid of putting tension on the resin part because that'll break against the phone, against the wire.
That's why we got the wire in there.
All right. I arbitrarily cut this off. Well, they don't have to be perfect, though, and it's okay.
Do you want to see the lengths? Okay.
Yes, I probably should. Cut.
Bryce knew. Damn, I'm late again. What parts are we working on today?
Hey, Bryce.
Vixen says at Bryce, tubes and wires, yeah.
Tubes and wires. And we did an unboxing of the neutrino ones that Lewis managed to find at Ollie's and send to us.
Yep.
So very, very excited and happy about having wands.
Yeah. And then Bryce New says, I heard you mention my name, Odin.
Yeah.
Little piggy tails there.
Yep. So at this point, Bryce, the small section of this blue polyurethane tube has more tension than probably the strength of the foam or the 3D printed part we're attaching it to. So I've put a small bit of coat hanger wire inside of it to force the curve that I want without putting tension on the rest of the foam bits.
Yeah, I got super glue on my finger. I am now attached to this project.
You're now very attached to this project.
Yeah, this project's attached to me. Bryce News says, nice, so you guys are going to rock the Spangler ones on your packs. Yep, I even have the Spangler name tag.
Yeah, totally are, because why not? They're done. I mean, we've been saying that for a long time to a lot of you. So it's just kind of right in the middle here.
It looks like it's not quite on that part of it. I think it's more on this part up here, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. It's good. I think you're right, but size of fingers and such isn't going to make it easy to point out.
This one?
Yeah.
Before I stab it?
Yeah, go ahead, stab it.
Stabbed.
We're committed.
To get glued.
Do we need to take any tube off? Yeah, maybe a little.
I think it just needs to be a little tightened of the curve. Oh, there you go. You smoosh it, and then you smoosh it, and you smoosh it.
This is 100% smooshing.
Bryce New says, great idea with the coat hanger wire. I should have done that coat hanger thing on my original Spirit packs. Hey, we're just winging it.
Yeah, I'm making this up as I go along. Hey, don't tell anyone this, but the majority of my videos, I'm making it up as I go along based off of what I knew worked in the past. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. This one you see that you trimmed down to about that length too. How much did you take off?
Quite a bit, but it's kind of custom. We'll just custom it again. Yeah. And I'm still bending the wire and fiddling with it. Because I'm trying to get so the tube and the coat hanger are more or less parallel, because that's kind of how they're going in.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so that can get glued in.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's this.
All right.
And I'll trade you packs and I'll glue that one in.
Nice. Okay.
Oculus Orbis says Team Odin equals A team or A minus team.
So Eben, the guy that EBEN, the guy that helps run Crocker Con, actually wrote his own comic book, and it's literally called The B Team.
Bryce New says the wires really give the pack a finished look. I'm stoked to see these done. Right, we're getting there. We are getting there.
Oh, this one still has a wet glue in it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to do that again. It's already got glue in it, so it's just fine the way it is.
Doesn't need more glues.
No, if anything, it needs aerosol.
Yeah, which is right there. Thank you. Sharp Shot EFX wants to know, what are you using for ribbon cable? Ribbon cable.
Ribbon cable. So we went through all the effort to try and make our own ribbon cable because I was convinced I could do that. And, well, it did work, but it just didn't. It didn't handle the heat. It fell right apart.
We are in Sacramento, California, where our weather gets to 112.
Yeah.
It just does.
And also, we didn't spend the time to fully alcohol wipe or acetone wipe the cable to remove any kind of residue on it. Thinking about it, especially right now talking about it, there was probably manufacturer's lubrication on the wire, as part of the manufacturing process
So
that
it
made the
didn't
tape to
smoosh.
laminate. Yeah.
It did not turn out well.
It did not turn out well.
And for cheaper than what we spent on making it.
Yes, we got, what these were, like $20 a piece?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, fine. They're accurate for Ghostbusters 2, and whatever, they're on, they're great, I'm happy.
I love this question. Did you
Okay.
use real brass fittings, or what did you use?
Okay.
All of these are 3D printed.
Yeah,
And this tube and the top of this tube are brass. So we used paint and 2 brass tubes.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a 3D. Well, this is still a mile and a half away. So these are 3D printed. All these are 3D printed. But then this is actually a brass tube.
And then the top of this little tube right here that you guys can't really see.
Yeah.
That little piece right there is actual brass.
Yeah, that's it. Because why not?
So,
It was easy. We'll just go ahead and do that.
Yes.
Look, progress. We're getting wires put on it. There's a yellow wire that someone else pointed out. It goes to this piece, and it comes off from here out of one of those gray elbows and just loops up into the bottom of this resistor. But do you want to wait for that for next week?
Are we at time? We are at time?
We are at time.
All right.
We're almost 15 over.
Okay, then let's call it a day.
Okay.
And we got a bunch of tubes. It looks like we wired a bomb.
Kinda.
We did not.
We did not. Not a real one, but it's a nuclear powered zapper thing. Yeah, we're getting there in a hot hurry. I'm hoping that next time, hopefully 2 weeks. I'm not looking ahead what that date is. It's June something. So it'll be the first weekend in June, because this is the last weekend of May, so it has to be. Oh, it's gonna be the second weekend in June, isn't it?
It's going to be, today's the thing. So
25th. So first. So it's going to be the
June
8th. Okay. Unless you want to do the first. Do you want to do 2 in a row, or do you want to just wait to the 8th?
It's up to you. The 15th is Father's Day, so if we wait till the 8th, we'll skip Father's Day and we'll be down to the 22nd.
That sounds like the right thing to do. We'll do that.
Be back June 8th.
Yeah, because I don't have any cons in June, which is great. I hope it stays that way. So, okay, we'll be back on the 8th in 2 weeks. That way, yeah, Father's Day we'll have off. And we'll continue on with doing more Greeble stuff. I have actually come out into the shop and poked around at these a little bit during the in-between times. In the in-between times is what I was trying to say and why it wouldn't work. I may still do that again and prep some things. But yeah, at the moment, I don't think
there's too much you need to do.
No, there's not too much I don't need to do, and I don't think I before I saw them, I was like, oh, we'll make the Spengler ones more accurate to 84. I'm fine. Let's not spend time on those right now and spend time on this right now.
Let's get these mounted, so we need to mount them.
We need to mount them.
We need to power them.
We need to power them.
And the last of the Greebles.
Which
That's only 3 things.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot, is there? No. Okay.
Like, if you break it down, and yes, those steps are a little more complicated than those steps, but it's
not
only
by
3
much.
steps.
So the injector tubes, which are 7 inches long, thank you very much, is one of the only things I will probably work on during the between shows in order to just get the parts ready.
Okay.
You guys don't really want to watch me sit and work with,
Apparently,
Inkscape.
June 8th is Ghostbusters Day.
Is it?
So...
Huh. Okay. Why? I don't understand. Is it the
first one came out, or is it
is
like
it because
the day the
6/8 is
month?
close to GB? I mean, yeah. What is it?
I don't know.
I'm okay with that. So we'll see you again on Ghostbusters Day. I'll try and get some things put together so we can get some things going.
I'm Googling that.
Actually, I need to do the injector tubes because I think the majority of the remaining wire tubes, Greebles we got to do come off the bottom of those injector tubes. So I do need to put those on. need to put those together. So I'll try and get those done during the next 2 weeks. So the injector tubes will be all ready to go and put on when we come back.
It's the anniversary of the original Ghostbusters movie released in the United States in 1984.
Well, that makes sense then.
So that's why it's Ghostbuster Day.
Totally.
So June 8th, we should do
84
something.
is going to be the 41st anniversary.
Something like that.
Wow, all right. Odin, just leave the camera on and it'll be like an ASMR catch-up stream for... Sure, except it's going to be mostly, why is everything dark still? Because the lights are off. Odin's not in the shop right now. He's asleep. Cool.
Well, when we first had the idea of doing the live stream, I just was picturing when they watch the little baby little baby
Eagles?
giraffe.
Oh, okay.
Where they just have one on and the giraffe is just being a giraffe. And that's what I was kind of imagining, just us
Right.
in their environment doing the little crafts. Like, what is he going to do next?
Right. And then it became visiting time with all of you, which honestly I really get a big kick out of.
Yeah, so can't believe it's been almost 5 years now.
Has it really been almost 5 years of live
We're
streams?
2025 and we started in 2020.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. No, it's time's floon.
Time is flumed. Everyone, I want to
flew.
thank you very much because you've given me a lot of confidence for talking on camera, given me a lot of confidence to be able to be more impromptu and able to speak. I still get stage fright as all get out when I actually have to talk to a group of people. So it's going to be a lot of fun at Kaboom Con, but, whatever. Get over it, Odin.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. It's been fun.
Thank you.
We made progress.
We made progress. We opened up wands.
We got wands. We made progress. We played dress up.
We played dress up. It's awesome. I guess if it's Ghostbusters Day, maybe I have to wear mine.
Maybe we'll have to play dress up.
We'll have to play dress up.
I think I could bring my steamer and we can get them prepped.
Oh, that'd be cool.
How do you make your package costume not look straight from the package?
That sounds great. Yeah.
So.
Right on. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks on Ghostbusters Day. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button.